the weight that he stays at the football club.
Are you happy enough to slot?
No.
Not can you be? Come on, can you?
No, I'm not.
With all secretaries.
So that for me is a worry. But as a fan, I think every manager comes with those opportunity to succeed, and I hope he does that. We are at this moment in time the mercy of the innovation we've seen in Man City, so we're not that far off. It's just them being so great, and Arsenal this season have also been outstanding. So I don't think the team's that far off. So you're inheriting a very, very good football team with younger players who are getting better. And then it's that little bit of stardust thing, the senior ones, Salah and Van Dijk, that you hope they stay. That's it.
Let's finish with this. Next season, what are you hoping for more? A league win, a title win for Salford, or a title win for Liverpool in Slot's first season?
100%. 100%.
Of course. Because Paul Scholes could be listening, and probably is.
If he is, he knows.
Because Neville could be listening,
They
and probably
hate Liverpool. So it's one of them sort of debates that we consistently have, and some Monday morning I'm happy, and then others are happy for me, depending on what happens for United and Liverpool.
Gal, good luck with Salford. Thanks for being with us today. We'll be seeing you again soon. Addy, good luck en route to Saudi Arabia.
Thank you.
I'll be watching for you, my friend. I'll be listening to you as well. As for you, Croaky Boy, I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Keep recovering, keep taking the cough mixture, and all will be well. We're coming up to 1.
Why to join on talkSPORT with Selco Builders Warehouse. With the Selco app, it's now even easier to buy from Selco. Download it for free from the App Store today. Why to join on talkSPORT with Selco. Register for your trade card online at selcobw.com or in one of our branches.
There are all sorts of fans who make racing what it is. The armchair expert who knows it all, right down to what the horse had for breakfast. The country gents head to toe in tweed, and the ladies with their extravagant hats. The banana-suited stag-do lads, and the nan who just backed the horse because it has a funny name. Whatever kind of racing fan you are, don't miss the Coral Daily Download every Saturday and Sunday morning on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for it. 18+ with gamblerware.org.
Sounds like someone's lowered prices with their Tesco Club card. Like a 10-pack of McVitie's Jaffa Cakes, now just 85p down from £1.25. With Tesco Club card, everyone can feel the lower prices. Tesco, every little helps. Majority of larger stores since 21st of May. Club card or app required. Play Set for Life, and you could. 10,000 pounds every month for 30 years. Set for Life. Play now on the National Lottery app. Terms, rules and procedures apply. Players must be 18 or over.
So many small cars to choose from. This one looks like that one, which looks like... Oh, the new Suzuki Swift. This is the one?
Yep, standard reaction to the new Suzuki Swift, which comes with serious style, a choice of cool colours, and loads of tech as standard. Oh, and it's available with 0% APR for 2 years. Want to be one of the first behind the wheel? Search Suzuki Swift to book your test drive and get set to feel good different. Participating dealers only. Suzuki Financial Services Limited. T's and C's apply. See cars.suzuki.co.uk/offers.
Thank you! Okay, this last song goes out to all those in the crowd who drove hours to get here and have now got to drive all the way back home again tonight. This one's called Better Get a Travel Lodge.
Planning a big night out? Better get a Travel Lodge. Find great value, king-size comfort at travellodge.co.uk.
Make sure you're all set for kick-off on talkSPORT with Ladbrokes. It's talkSPORT's premier weeknight fan forum featuring your views and the opinions of talkSPORT's top team of passionate pundits.
That's a right-footed
Sport awards before the whistle blows direct from Ladbrokes. And your live commentary to selected matches throughout the season. Kick-off weeknights from 7 on talkSPORT with Ladbrokes. We play together. Terms and conditions apply. 18+ gamblerware.org.
and typically will you make online, on your mobile, on the app, and on your smart speaker.
talkSPORT. Talk Sport.
Go Lookers. Here, wherever and whenever you need us. Visit us in-store or online at lookers.co.uk.
Thank you, Jim, Simon. Good to see Carl, as always, and indeed Ade for the last 3 hours. Coming up next, it's me, Paul Hawksby, Charlie Baker alongside me. He's going to be relying on your comedy chops for a gig he's got tonight. I'll tell you more about how you can... You're not getting paid. Don't get too excited. It's just for the glory. Alan Pardew is going to join us to talk about glory. He's going to be part of our excellent team over in Germany for Euro 2024. And we'll be chatting to Alan later on about Gareth Southgate from Manchester United and a bit of England, of course, England for us. We'll be chatting to the manager of AFC Stormzy and Wilf Zaha, and it's going rather well. Back-to-back promotions we'll be chatting to them. Comedian Spencer Jones joins us for a birthday spread. We'll hear from all the gaffers this afternoon. And of course, we will head to Villa in the Piraeus in their big game up against it. But can they do it? We'll be bringing that game, of course, live on talkSPORT this evening. But before all of that, it's Ben Fletcher who goes through the top lines.
Good afternoon. Everyone stop having a go at Harry Kane for not winning a trophy in his first season at Bayern Munich. That's the view of Salford head coach Carl Robinson told talkSPORT. It's not Kane's fault why Leverkusen ran away with the Bundesliga.
I'm not one of them people that looks at any individual player and put on blame on him when he's actually done a job. He's gone over there and only scored 20 goals. Yeah, I think we can have that conversation. He's failed. He hasn't failed as an individual. The team that he chose to go to have failed.
talkSPORT tells Jim Ratcliffe was fully aware his email regarding standards at Carrington would be made public. The Ineos chief labelled certain departments at United's training ground a disgrace. The current top 4 clubs in the Premier League have all received nominations for Manager of the Season award. So too, Bournemouth's Andoni Iraola. As for the battle for the top prize on the pitch, talkSPORT's Euro 2024 pundit Ashley Young reckons his old club Everton could end up being kingmakers.
For the neutral, you'd love to see it switched, but it's obviously come down to the last game of the season, and unfortunately for Arsenal, us beating it. It's exciting for the top 2, but for all the neutrals to see that there could be a twist coming.
The next instalment of the title race is live exclusively here on talkSPORT with Fulham going to City on Saturday lunchtime. John Eustace has dodged a touchline ban after his red card during the draw with Coventry. Fines for the half grand by the FA, and Stevenage have appointed Alex Raven deputy manager for a second spell at Broadwell Way. Caretaker boss will oversaw the final 2 games of the League One season and be given the gig on a permanent basis.
talkSPORT News.
Bank of England governor feels things are moving in the right direction with interest rates held at 5.25% and 5 babies have died from whooping cough as cases continue to rise in England. And we'll have more at 5:30.
talkSPORT weather with Quick Fit. With over 600 centres across the UK, most of which open 7 days a week, we're here for every journey. Quick Fit. Drive away happy every time.
A warm sunny day for most of us, the chance of the odd shower in the fog.
On 1053 medium wave, on DAB, online and on your smart speaker. Paul Hawksby and Charlie Baker on talkSPORT. This is Paul Hawksby and Charlie Baker with you through until 4 here on talkSPORT. Where this afternoon, Charlie, please tell us what's coming.
Coming up over the next 3 hours, we'll wonder if Villa can turn things around in Greece tonight. Alan Pardew talks England, Gareth for United and more. And the AFC Croydon manager on Stormzy and Wilf's influence on their back-to-back promotions. Wonder if they're getting too big for their boots. That's Stormzy.
Yeah. We're also after your tenuous links to Jocelyn's finest hour, plus your email from the Boss Tales infantile football rivalries. And as Charlie presents the National Sandwich Awards tonight, we want your comic input.
Yes, please, there's all this. Plus, we'll chat with the director of the new Netflix documentary on the Euro 2020 attack on Wembley. And we go again in today's thrilling birthday spread.
That's right, all coming up 5 minutes past 1. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Charlie.
Good afternoon, Paul. Congratulations to Braintree.
Yes, okay.
Braintree, they won the playoffs in the National League South.
That's the league your team were in. They survived.
Yeah, beat Worthing in the final. I don't know if you remember my particularly favourite player of last season when we played Worthing. Paul?
No.
I don't know if you remember Cashman, Danny Cashman. I brought Danny Cashman up. He was a bit cocky when he played us, yeah.
You thought
Drank 2 or 3.
He gave you a bit of a send-off.
Like a sort of non-league Facebook marketplace Grealish. He's that sort of player. Anyway, missed the sitter in extra time. So bad luck, Danny. But there we are.
God, you're so cruel.
So I got there in the end, didn't I? I got my own back in.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I'm sure it was he came up and started cupping his ear to the Torquay fans.
I'm sure he'll get a big move. I'm sure he'll get a big move.
I love those really sort of. I mean, I've told you about my one before. Mike Williamson, the old Newcastle player.
Now the MK Dons manager. 3-0 down, Paul. You'll be pleased about that.
Came
3-0
out
down from the first leg.
Came out of absolutely nowhere and started giving us a load of clog in a 1-0 defeat. We've not been giving him stick.
Nothing at all.
So I've never quite forgiven him.
Never forgiven him.
He's probably a lovely bloke.
Now he's 3-0 down to Crawley in the first leg.
I'll take no pleasure from that.
No pleasure. No. Okay, well there we are.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to bring up actually, Paul, was a slight gear change. But Torquay United player Paul Holmes, who also played for Doncaster and Everton, of course, was absolutely amazing for us. One of my all-time 11, I think. Paul Holmes.
Wow, really?
Sadly died this week. I just wanted to send my condolences to his family. And he was such a brilliant player, and by all accounts, a really, really good man as well.
Having played at that level, obviously he played for Everton.
Yeah. It was just all quality on the ball, Paul. Just our level especially.
Yeah.
Just always the leagues above us. You know, one of those ones we're going, why is he playing for us, basically?
Yeah.
You know, but he was so great, and yeah, very, very sadly died at 56.
Yeah, I saw Everton tweeting about, and I also saw Everton tweeting about Vic Busby, who's one of their coaches under Harold Kendall, and probably best known for his time at Fulham when they got in the cup final. So more sad news yesterday. So this afternoon, Charlie, you're busy tonight.
Yes.
You're off to the National Sandwich Awards.
The Sammies, Paul. Yeah.
They're called the Sammies, and you're co-hosting.
I'm co-hosting tonight. And presenting some awards tonight, and looking forward to it, Paul. Looking forward to it, as always. I like to involve our listeners in my career.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, it's just cheap labour, isn't it?
It's very cheap labour.
It's basically up the chimney.
To be honest, it buys me 5 minutes tonight.
It does.
You know, if we one of these sandwich footballers, I don't know if that's too rude one. All I've got is David Beckham and cheese, who is of course on trial later on.
That's right.
But if anyone's got anything better than David Beckham,
some of these may get slipped into the script.
I'll read them out tonight.
Really?
I'll read them out.
Just think, your work, this could be your way into comedy writing. So you're not making any money. People rarely do at the start. But this is you basically in a whole room of sandwich experts from the sandwich industry. And they're going to eat your material.
People might be on their way to the Sandwich Awards.
They could be this. They could be.
I can imagine there's a crossover. I don't know if I've been chosen as tonight's comedian because I'm the comedian most looks like they enjoy a sandwich.
It could be. Maybe they think you'll hoover up the buffet afterwards.
Yeah.
There'll be no waste.
I've just got to roll with it. And I've got to roll. This is a sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Come on. Sandwich footballers.
Don't go too early. Okay, let's see if you can see if it gets a big laugh, your material. Charlie will feed back, I'm sure.
BLT Argo from James, the Arsenal fan already. Thank you very much, James. There we are.
You like that?
We're off.
Okay. Fair enough. talkSPORT.com, text 889, tweet to TSH and J. Now, as Fletch was just telling you, Sir Jim Ratcliffe has been touring around his new domain and looking at all the offices and various bits and pieces of Manchester United's setup. And in some cases, he's not been impressed by what he's seen. He sent out an email that apparently hasn't gone down well in some departments. Morale has been affected by this email from the boss. I'll just give you a flavour of it. I'm afraid I was struck in many places by a high degree of untidiness. So he's had a look all around the office. In particular, the IT department, which frankly was a disgrace.
Oh,
wow, what are they doing in the IT department? Is it all like spent pot noodle containers and stuff? And the dressing rooms, the under-18s and under-21s, were not much better. These standards would not come close to what we'd expect at Ineos, and we are a chemical company. Well, to be honest, Jim, I don't think I want a chemical company having sort of spillages all over the floor of the IT. I expect quite high standards in a chemical company.
Be careful of that.
Yeah, it's just toxic. Yeah, just
some acid. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. They just step round it. Put the get some sawdust down. Well, the sawdust's on fire. So he said, we are Manchester United is an elite sporting organisation. I would be grateful in the future if we adopt the proper standards of housekeeping everywhere. Somehow it hasn't gone down well.
He's gone in root and branch, gone in very business, isn't
He
he?
has. Well, look, that's what he does. It gets on the old shop floor, gets down in the weeds. So we're quite interested to know about your brushes with the management. Maybe you've got one of those in the house. Maybe it's your Sir Jim equivalents and how you dealt with it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it is.
I once got sacked from a temp job for writing an address wrong on an envelope. They said that's not the standard we require. Thank you very much. Off we go.
What?
That was it.
Really?
Just let go for that.
Was it really wrong address?
No,
Or
not that wrong.
just a couple of letters?
Not that wrong, but you know, just. But they were like, that's we have the highest of all standards. I mean, I can imagine it was something else.
I mean,
they probably caught me surfing the internet for 5 hours.
Isn't it a contradiction in terms that they had the very, very high standards, yet they took you on as a temp?
Exactly.
They thought that through.
Exactly.
Well, what did you expect? If you take me on, what do you expect?
I'm on £6 an hour.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be shoddy, isn't it? And it's going to be wrong. The minute you take me on, you drop below those high standards. So I actually blame you.
Best cheese and pickle, I'm good at that point. So
yeah,
we'll find out tonight.
See, if they kept you on, maybe the Sarnia Awards wouldn't have the Saudis.
The Leroy Sarnia Awards, thanks for that.
I'm aware of the Saudis because the Football Writers Association dinner was moved into a smaller room to accommodate the Saudis 1 year. So what's more, I mean, with respect to everybody going to the Saudis, like to you, Charlie, what's more important, crowning the Footballer of the Year in this country, or best pre-packed sandwich of the year?
Best sandwich all day long.
Okay.
All day long.
I wouldn't expect you to say anything else.
The working man.
And that's it. That's true. That's fair enough. So, a lot of these coming in for Charlie, it might get done tonight. Seb Platter.
Seb Platter, that's nice.
Seb Platter. Egging Ryan Cresswell for classic Kerry, the Arsenal fan. These are all for Charlie, I don't want anything to do with it.
Okay.
But we're interested in those memos from the gaffer. What about the game last night, Charlie?
Oh,
we'll come on to this.
I will say, I was watching both. I watched Oxford, Peterborough on my phone, and I had the Champions League on my telly. They were both different games, obviously, different level of game. But the Champions League game was just so exciting. I think it's been a brilliant Champions League. It's not been a duff game, especially quarterfinals onwards.
The quality, it struck me. I watch Premier League football every week, so I get the sport.
Yeah, of course.
But just the lack of unforced errors, the quality, the pace of it all, the passing, and
when there isn't an error like Neuer, sort of giving them the ball back basically to have another.
I said when I was watching, my wife was watching the game. She can't, because Harry Kane and Dyer are playing. She's sort of half interested.
Yeah.
I said, Maria, he never makes a mistake. What does he do? 5 minutes later.
I thought at one point Eric Dyer's going to win the Champions League. It's going to be amazing.
But I did think, like you watching non-league football, watching National League South football, but the drop off for me, I can see a step up between what was out there last night and watching in the Premier League mostly. Sit in the club play or up there. But if you're watching National League South,
it's a different game. It's like suddenly watching AI football.
Yeah.
It's like suddenly watching robots play. Everything's perfect. You know, well, he'll never get it. Oh, he's got to it.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't believe it, so it sort of makes it better. You know, but the standard is.
You've got skin in the game.
I prefer lower league football.
Yeah.
I like the stakes.
Yeah.
I think
you like the ball in the air. You like head tennis.
I think beauty is in the imperfection.
You like a pass going over everybody's head.
Yeah, I love that because there's more sort of happening.
I'm not being a snob about it. I just think it's a different.
You can't compare the two. Yeah. You cannot compare the two. It's a completely different, not sport, but
the end game. Referee at the end. Everybody's blaming the line, but it was down to Marchini and the ref, wasn't it? Once he blew his whistle, that was it.
But taking off Kane. Tear a piece of
He's got a bad back. His back was in spasm.
What's he saving it for? What you said? What is
back saving yourself for anything when your back's in spasm? He couldn't carry on apparently. I mean, look, I was listening to the sports guy last night. Tuchel took all the heat, understandably, but he's told him to say that. Yeah, well, maybe.
I think yes.
We should let Harry Kane come out and say, but that was Tuchel's excuse anyway as to why he took. Did seem mad, you're right. And Musiala, although he'd just gone down at that point.
It seemed like a bad, panicky decision from Tuchel there, and also from the unfortunately, the ref and the lino for that potential goal, and that was all a bit of a mess. So we turn our attention to Villa tonight, hoping they can overturn a 4-2 deficit in Piraeus. We're going to be out there a little bit later on with the Villa fans. We'll have a quick chat about Olympiacos. They probably couldn't believe their luck last week. We spoke to Mike Pieri, our Greek football expert, and he was expecting to give it a go, but I don't think he was expecting to score 4 goals at Villa Park. So we'll see where they're at with Mike and how they're going to be viewing tonight's game. Plus, we've got a birthday spread. We're going to be joined by comedian Spencer Jones. We're going to kick off with Alan Pardew. Alan Pardew joins us very, very shortly. Part of our top team, bringing you Euro 2024. We'll talk a bit of England and more.
Hawksby and Baker on talkSPORT with Toolstation. Get everything you need to conquer the whole job with free delivery 7 days a week on orders over £25 for a job done right.
TK Maxx are here to shake up your summer plans with headline-making, crowd-pleasing festival tickets exclusive to treasure customers. You and 3 friends could be on your way to TK Maxx presents Scarborough Open Air Theatre. Join our Treasure Rewards programme. Shop with your treasure card at TK Maxx, HomeSense or tkmaxx.com and you could be a winner. There's no summer like a TK Maxx summer. T's and C's at tkmaxx.com/festival terms.
Hawksby and Baker on talkSPORT with Toolstation. Join the Toolstation Club today and get 5% off everything. Toolstation, for a job done right.
I love a bet builder. I just love having a choice.
I like betting in play because I like seeing where the game's going.
I'll just put on any goal scorer because I know something's going to happen.
You can now bet in play with Betfred's Bet Builder. So once a game has started, you can choose 2 or more selections to create your own unique bet. Bet in play with Betfred's Bet Builder. Available in Betfred shops. Selected matches only. Maximum stakes apply. Markets made available at Betfred's discretion. T&Cs apply. 18+ begambleaware.org.
You know what it's like when your mate sends a pic of the dress she likes, but you would look so much better in it? Well, Samsung's Galaxy S23 FE can help, because Circle to Search with Google will help you find it instead. Not your colour, Jen. Incredible AI, now on more Galaxy devices than ever. Buy a Galaxy S23 FE at O2 and claim a pair of Buds FE. Search at O2 today. Purchased by the 30th of May from O2. Claim Buds FE in white from Samsung within 30 days of purchase. T's and C's apply.
Get the KFC 20 Hot Wings bucket for just $7.99. You heard right, that's just 40p per wing. A serious sized bucket for a seriously small price. The 20 Hot Wings bucket deal for just $7.99. Do the deal until the 9th of June, only at KFC. Available until the 9th of June 2024. Subject to availability. Participating restaurants only. See website for full T's and C's.
Cricket. The unmistakable sound of leather on clone. Absolute beauty. Fireworks. Power ballads. And t-shirt cannons. Vitality Blast is back. Another explosive season of T20 cricket launches with Blast-Off on the 30th of May. What a shot that is! Incredible shot! Tickets on sale now. Search Vitality Blast.
This weekend, winter is coming. The Sunday edition with Henry Winter and Sean Custis on talkSPORT in partnership with GamCare.
Morning, Henry. What's catching your eye this morning?
Join 2 of the UK's most formidable football writers for an in-depth exploration of the real stories behind the week's back page headline.
This is the type of story which I love because it pertains to all
The
sports.
Sunday edition, this Sunday morning from 9 on talkSPORT in partnership with GamCare. Confidential support for those affected by gambling harms. Visit gamcare.org.uk/learn.
talkSPORT Traffic and Travel with MyDear Cooling and Heating. Find an easier route to win air conditioning split system projects with MyDear. Win more, earn faster. That's the MyDear idea.
The M6 northbound Tranmere repairs up to Lloyd before junction 2 to Coventry. South Yorkshire, the M1 northbound Hartlepool modified breakdown. It's just by junction 34, Meadowhall. And in Berkshire, the clockwise M25 is queuing. There's a breakdown there just before junction 15 for the M4 with queues now back past junction 13 as the turn stairs. Delays of around 20 minutes. I'm Adam Moore.
On talkSPORT.
Norwich versus Leeds. Coverage till 11. Kick-off. 12 news. What a move! Sunday afternoon on talkSPORT.
No one else brings you more. Power, corruption, and lies.
win, but you've got to take steps towards winning. England is one of the favourites as well, just like Germany. Don't forget Germany because they're going to play at home.
Tottenham in passion and pride in abundance.
Well, I said when we qualified for the last tournament that we want to be at major tournaments more often, and we've managed to do that.
Anything is possible in football. Scotland, I think they can go there and do a job on people.
Eric Dyer wins the shootout. England have won a shootout.
Shows that England have got the attacking talent to go out and beat anyone that they come up against. So hopefully Gareth will do that.
England may win in Germany, July the 14th. You know, with that attacking front six, England have got a chance.
Well, we certainly hope so, and today we announced our lineup to bring you the best of Euro 2024. Among them, actually, young Manu Petit was there, David Moyes, Graham Souness, and our next guest, of course, a regular fixture this season with Majestic. Yeah, after all the big games on Sunday, Alan Pardew, former West Ham and Palace manager. Good afternoon, Alan.
Hello. Afternoon, Paul. Charlie, how are you?
Yeah,
You sounding good?
Fresh. Well, I mean, yeah, we were all very, very hopeful of a good. I mean, we'd like Scotland and England to do well. There will be a bit of pressure on England, having come so close last time. I mean, a lot of optimism in those. But even Manu Petit's talking some. So, how are you feeling going into the Euros? Confident?
Yeah, I am confident. I mean, I think as most of the sort of learned friends would acknowledge, the back four is a slight concern. But I don't think anywhere else is a concern. I mean, we've definitely got the firepower to outgun teams. And we've got great experience. And when you go to some sort of distance in tournaments, that gives you an experience, which this group has, of course. And Harry Kane, Bellingham, you know, winning probably player of the season in their respective new countries, and Foden in this country, we've got a real asset. Perhaps the best group since that golden generation that didn't deliver for us.
I mean, we've got a lot of great players. It's fitting them all in, and everybody's got their theories on how we do that. Certainly in sort of midfield, the number 10 position. I mean, have you thought about if it was you? Have you sat there back of a fag packet, or whatever the equivalent is these days, and worked out how you would get the best out of Foden, get the best out of Bellingham, get the best out of Rice, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, me and Madge went through it a couple of Sundays ago, and I actually think Bellingham should be our number 8, which frees up the number 10 for Foden for me. I would have loved to have seen Maddison back to that early season form, but that's just drifted away from him since he's had that injury, because I think he would have been the delight in that role, opening up sort of windows and ideas, which I think is very, very important at that top level. You know, you've got Germany at home, you've got France, who are obviously very strong, Spain. So, you know, there's some tricky teams that can easily outgun us and beat us. So we're going to need to be our very, very best. I think the lad at Palace, nice to see him back a bit. Guillo, I think, will be an excellent choice, because it means we could force the game a little bit, and with that pace at the back, he's so quick, he can get us out of trouble. So I'm glad he's back and fit. Whether hopefully he's done enough to convince Gareth, I don't know.
And the left side of the front three, there's been a bit of conjecture about that. It's been Marcus Rashford's position most of the time, but Anthony Gordon stepping up and has been playing very well. It's whether, I mean, Gareth has been very loyal to players, whether he sticks to that or goes on form.
Yeah, and also the boy at Chelsea, you know, Farmer's been unbelievable. Bowen, both of those you would think could get a great chance of taking that position, even if it's on a natural side. It might give us a little bit of balance to have Saka on the left coming on his inside mainly, and an natural left footer down the left might help us. But I think we all know that Gareth's sort of sitting in this position with great players, expectations very high. Probably if he doesn't win it, will be his last tournament for England, and obviously he's a friend of mine, so I'm fingers crossed and going into the tournament, and I look forward to it. It's an honour to be there with talkSPORT, so I'm really looking forward to it, and obviously going to stay super positive for England.
Yeah, criticism often thrown at Gareth for England is that he's a little bit too negative, a little bit too interested in holding, isn't it? Rather than, and we've got all these some world class change his style, do you think, Alan?
Well, knowing Gareth, no, he won't change his style. He'll be slightly conservative. That's the best way to say it. He doesn't manage in the same manner that I did. I was a little bit more gung-ho than Gareth. And, you know, you have different types and different flavours. I would say, though, that it was a very similar criticism of David Moyes at West Ham last year when he brought up European trophies. So sometimes being conservative, particularly in these big tournaments, okay, there might be a friendly at Wembley where you want Gareth to sort of, you know, throw everything at it and let's have a real go and, you know, send the crowd home joyous. But when you're trying to win a tournament, the best thing to get is a clean sheet, give yourself a chance of winning the game. And I think that is natural for Gareth to think like that, to make sure he's locked it all up at home and that he can wait for one of his flair players to go and deliver the goods for him.
Telegraph's Matt Moore written an interesting piece there. I'll give you the first paragraph, Alan. It says, rewind to 2016 when Gareth Southgate took charge of what was a broken institution amid a toxic environment, and you will find one of the reasons Manchester United will consider the England manager as a successor to Eric Ten Hag if they decide to sack the Dutchman. And I can see the sense in that. It does feel a bit root and branch what's going on at Manchester United. Could be needed. He does know Dan Ashworth. That didn't work, I think. So, what do you make of that, boss? I think Gareth's decision would be to have a Euros, stay on and want to win a World Cup 2 more years, or to think, look, it's never going to get any better than this, and decide to dip out if a good opportunity comes up.
Well, I think after the last World Cup, he had similar questions and decided to stay on. And obviously, he's now found himself perhaps with an even better side than that team that was in the last big tournament. So, you know, holding on when you've got Foden so young, Bellingham so young, Harry Kane's still going to be around for 4 or 5 years. I'm sure he'd want to stay on. But whether the flavour for Gareth is going to be there if we don't win it. So that's one issue. The Man United aspect is a definite probability because Dan Ashworth obviously has been headhunted from Newcastle. He's very much got his finger on the pulse of world football. He would have 3 or 4 names with Jim Ratcliffe, and you know, being an Englishman with a majority share of that club and wanting to take it forward, I would expect in a very, very professional way, knowing Ineos. So I'm guessing that Gareth will definitely be in the frame.
Well, we look forward to hearing you during the Euros, but we'll hear you on Sunday because you're back with Madge for the final one, 6:30. That's straight after the Manchester United Arsenal game on Sunday, so that should be live.
Yeah, that will be interesting. Man United, oh dear, at the moment they're awful, aren't they? But no, we love Sunday night, and Madge mix it all up. So yeah, we enjoy the show.
Nice one. Cheers, Al. All the best. Thanks so much.
Cheers, guys. Nice speaking to you.
Alan Pardew there, part of our top team bringing you Euro 2024. Ashley Young has joined the team, Manu Patino from earlier on, of course, and Graham Souness will be part of our team with a Scottish flag.
It's all Scottish, isn't it? It's all Scott. Ali, got Alan,
Shaban's going to be in the camp.
David Moyes, all there. Graham Souness. David Moyes, that's right. It's unbelievable. It's good.
Another representation.
talkSPORT, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, that's one way of doing it. Yeah, just put muck at the beginning.
Why not?
Why not? It's just like Dylan the Beano all those years ago. So there we are. Yeah, Euro 2024. Everything covered here on talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2. So still to come, we're going to be talking to the manager of AFC Croydon. Right. They've had back-to-back promotions. They said they're enjoying the support and patronage of no less than Stormzy and Wilfred Zaha, 2 local lads, done good. So, Jermaine McGlashan, the manager of the team, joins us to see whether they're the new Wrexham. And then we're off to Greece. We're going to have a chat with Mo Razak. He's the chairman of the Villa Supporters Trust. He's out in Athens ahead of tonight's game, and we'll bring that one live on talkSPORT tonight.
Hawksby and Baker on talkSPORT with Toolstation. Join the Toolstation Club today and get 5% off everything. Toolstation, for a job done right.
Whether you're levelling or landscaping, get the job done with Big Spring offers on trade essentials at Screwfix. Save £10 on a 4-piece Magnuson Spirit level set, now just $39.99. And tackle those lawns with the Titan electric lawnmower, now only £119.99, a saving of £10. Shop spring offers now on the app at screwfix.com or in store. Delivery fees may apply. Prices valid until Wednesday, June 2nd, subject to availability. See screwfix.com for full T's and C's.
Buxby and Baker on talkSPORT with Toolstation. Get everything you need to conquer the whole job with free delivery 7 days a week on orders over £25 for a job done right.
So many small cars to choose from. This one looks like that one, which looks like the new Suzuki Swift. This is the one.
Yeah, standard reaction to the new Suzuki Swift, which comes with serious style, a choice of cool colours, and loads of tech as standard. Oh, and it's available with 0% APR for 2 years. Want to be one of the first behind the wheel? Search Suzuki Swift to book your test drive and get set to feel good different. Participating dealers only. Suzuki Financial Services Limited. T's and C's apply. See cars.suzuki.co.uk/offers. Keep things smooth by making the move to Universal Credit. It won't be automatic, so look out for your letter telling you what you need to do and when. Ignoring it could even stop your payments. But don't worry, there's loads of support available, like a dedicated phone line, independent advice, and financial protection to help with your move. To find out more, visit gov.uk/UCMove. Eligibility criteria apply.
Ready for some quick football trivia? Question 1. Which football club is known as the Tigers? Cambridge United or Hull City? Question 2. Which team plays its home games at Deepdale? Preston North End or Rochdale? Final question. What are you betting on? Free time or family time? To keep it an enjoyable experience, take time to think. And let's play responsibly. Sky Bet, for the fans. 18 plus BGambleAware.org.
At Morrison's, get any 2 for £17 or 3 for £23 on selected beer and cider packs. Choose from Budweiser, Stella, Strongbow Original and more. That's more get-togethers at ours. Morrison's to shop at Morrison's. Majority of stores exclude Scotland and Wales. Online varies subject to availability. 10 to 12 packs. Selected packs. Please drink responsibly.
Don't know where to start your Let's Paint project? At Wix, find all the inspiration and help you'll need. Crust Dulux Standard 2.5 litre coloured emulsion was £21, now 15. Terms apply.
The Emirates FA Cup on talkSPORT with Carling. We're talking last-minute thrillers and epic giant killers. A non-league fairy tale. Cup football's holy grail. Goal-scoring Goliaths. Underdog pluck. We're talking game-changing football. We're talking the Emirates FA Cup. From Southampton to Sunderland, get your mates together with Carling for the football competition where anything can happen. The Emirates FA Cup live on talkSPORT with Carling, the official beer partner of the Emirates FA Cup and Adobe Women's FA Cup. 18 plus, please drink responsibly.
talkSPORT News.
Later on in the show, we're going to be chatting to the director of the new Netflix documentary on the attack on Wembley. Taking you back to that final. Charlie, you were there.
I was there,
You were there that day. Yeah, it was pretty awful.
Legally, I will add.
Yes, you were there. And you didn't have a firework. We'll not go into that. It wasn't you, was it,
You
Charlie?
may have seen the picture.
I wasn't really looking at your face. It wasn't him. Anyway, that's all coming a little bit later on. But first, Anna Geary has the news headlines.
The Bank of England has held interest rates at a 16-year high at 5.25%, but the governor commented on signs for returning to more normal financial conditions, raising the prospect of a cut next month.
Before our next meeting in June, we will have 2 full sets of data for inflation, activity and the labour market, and that will help us in making that judgment afresh.
In the first 3 months of this year, 5 babies in England have died from whooping cough. Almost 2,800 cases have been reported in that time, over 3 times the number for the whole of last year. America has stepped up pressure on Israel. The US, its biggest source of weapons and ammunition. Now, President Biden says it won't supply for Israel's proposed military operation against Hamas in Rafah. That's over fears of mass civilian casualties. And the parents of a deaf toddler who can now hear after groundbreaking gene therapy say they're delighted with her progress. Opal Sandy was part of a trial, the first to test this treatment. Here's her mum, Jo Sandy.
I've sat behind Opal countless times when she's had to us ridiculously loud noises blown through speakers in a sound booth and she's never once turned. So to see that happen is, mind-blowing.
Opal is now learning to talk as well.
talkSPORT with Bostik. If you need a professional
professional grade sealant with high mold resistance, easy tooling and minimal shrinkage. Choose Boston Pro Sealants.
We're told it's not Harry Kane's fault. He's ended his first season at Bayern Munich without a trophy. And Blackburn boss John Eustace has been fined for his red card against Coventry, but avoided a touchline ban. Then we'll have more at 2.
The Euros are coming! Yeah! UEFA Euro 2024 Germany on talkSPORT.
What a start!
From the goals against Czech
Magnificent!
to the free kicks in Frankfurt.
It's a world-class free kick!
This June, talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2 bring you every twist, every tackle, every tantalizing touch of the ball.
Absolutely magnificent!
UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
The game is underway.
Starts June 14th on talkSPORT.
Good afternoon, Paul Hawksby, Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. Just walked in on an odd seat next to the producer and the assistant producer. The producer is...
Is this how people get sacked?
No, he's like... No, it's all very innocent. He just had a Barocca. What I looked like, I said, "You're on the Barocca, you all right?" And he said, "Oh yeah, I'm fine." He said, "It's just nice to have one sometimes." I thought,
Who's doing that?
exactly.
A social Barocca?
Yeah, I just as we
I've
met
got
before.
squash, I've got wine,
Yeah,
I've got
fancy a
beers.
Barocca. Just nice to have one sometimes. The assistant producer, she's never had one before.
Wow.
So she's trying her first one.
Well, just remember when you go later on you've had one. That's
Yes.
all I'll say.
Yeah.
A bit like when you eat beetroot. Just remember you've eaten beetroot.
They're normally a means to an end, aren't they? They're normally
Yeah,
if you're feeling a touch hungover and you need to get some minerals. But I mean, I don't, just as a social drink, you wouldn't have like vodka and Barocca. I suppose it's not a bad idea though.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
a nice idea. We should try it.
Anyway,
Bring it up.
please drink responsibly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you might have seen pictures today all over the papers of Stormzy, beer in hand, celebrating another promotion for his team, AFC Croydon Athletic. Back-to-back promotions. He's been involved in the club for a year or so now. Local team here, as is Wilfred Zaha, currently, of course, at Galatasaray, part of the consortium, which I'm sure is a delight for the manager of the team. Congratulations to Jermaine Mugashia. Good afternoon, Jermaine.
Afternoon. How you doing?
Good, thanks, Jermaine.
Well, yeah, we're good, yeah. So, look, congratulations, back-to-back promotions. It's fantastic.
Yeah, obviously, really delighted to get there in the end via the playoffs. Everyone's delighted, as you've probably seen on the socials. Been a bit of recovery over the last couple of days. The celebrations have been up there, so all good.
How long have you been at the club, Jermaine?
They approached me back end of October, so I'd left my post at Queenstown, and then obviously, took over. I think we were 17th in the table, so we were tasked with steadying the ship, but we've obviously gone from strength to strength since then. Yeah, so really, really good season. And
how did the involvement come about? I mean, obviously you come in afterwards, so, but I mean, it must have made a big difference to the club. It certainly has in terms of profile, but I would imagine with a little bit of support, has it allowed the club to get better players in?
yeah, look, when he came in, I obviously knew Wilfred Zaha a little bit from, growing up and playing in his younger days, and he obviously knew I was managing at the level. I fitted the bill in terms of, I grew up in and around the area. So look, they said, look, it'll come January, if you're in and around it, we're back in terms of the type of profile player we go for. And obviously, we went from strength to strength. Goalpost moved in terms of, the task was to stay up, sort of just steady it, and then it was, can we get the playoffs? Now we're here, let's have a go. And they backed me in terms of the players, and like I say, the players they allowed me to go and get after January. Had we not been in and around it in January, obviously that would change.
Yeah, I was going to say, where do you mainly source your players from? Similar leagues, or because obviously in the lower leagues, it's people on the way up or on the way down a lot of the time. And do you have a youth team as well?
Yeah, we have a youth team that's under 18s, but we sort of source our players from players probably a couple of leagues above. So we conference south. Obviously financially, we are quite competitive. But then you obviously got some of the boys that didn't quite make it at Crystal Palace, that are linked with Wilfred Zaha, and come in and sort of just play their trade, play minutes. Where obviously at that level they can be a cheat code if they're on it. But equally, motivation's a big thing as well. So you just got to get that balance right.
You spent a while on loan at Wrexham back in the day, and I suppose people will make those comparisons, won't they? Slightly further down the leagues, but still, I mean, I mean, it's probably potentially exciting times, isn't it? If you keep growing, keep getting bigger, and there could be comparisons made.
I think all owners have looked at what Wrexham have done, and yeah, as you say, I've been a part of that camp as well. The owners come in and they probably set the benchmark for what everyone's trying to do. Everyone wants to move up the leagues, and obviously, I think it's no secret. I think you need to be financially backed to obviously be secure. But with that comes pressure. Little old managers sometimes go through 2 or 3 of them on the way up. Fingers crossed I can continue and keep doing well. But look, I come here for that pressure. I'm enjoying it at the minute. Be a long way to continue.
Just looked at your list of clubs. You played a lot of clubs, Jermaine. You had a lot of teams. What's your main message when a player joins you?
Come and enjoy it first and foremost. I want people to want to enjoy coming into work with me. Obviously, yes, I played at 11, but I concede a lot of ground in terms of probably my professionalism. I think you've got to have a trade-off. These people work. They're too nice to leave. So one of the things for me is come and enjoy it, do things the right way, but I'll look after you as well. Just make sure you're trying to perform on Saturday or Tuesday night. And I think I've got that buy-in with the players. I can be quite laid back, but I can be quite firm. So I think I've got that balance right this season. Yes, I'm from a professional background, but I understand the level. Playing at that level, I've come from there as well.
And by moving up the divisions, I mean you're going to have to add to the personnel. You're going to have to sort of trade up in some areas.
Yeah, 100%. You want to keep the squad together as much as possible, but equally, you're tasked with improving and kicking on, and the level above in the Isthmian League is a lot more competitive. So yeah, we've already started, looking at business, and then we can bring into that value with what we already have.
Have you got Wilfred, who's the player based in Galatasaray, particularly happy about that? And maybe a bit later on when he hangs up the boots, he could turn out for you. Would he get a game? If selected, you could say, Roy?
I don't think he gets in at the minute. I think he's got a good level. Listen, in a few years, I'm sure, if he can add value on the pitch to his own project, then maybe he will. I mean, I've done player coaching a bit. I did do it this season again because the calibre of player we have. So, I'm coming to the end there. Well, I'm at the end of the career anyway. I've just got it announced it because I'm denial. But, I'm on the manager side now, and it's always good. Even having them as owners, I think that's a big call for the players as well.
There was a story the other day, one of our producers sent me, of a guy over in, this is Paris Hilton's brother-in-law, Courtney Round. He made his debut for a team that they'd invested in, despite having never played professional football before the age of 45. Right. So where I'm heading is that we've seen Stormzy play a bit of football and upgrade and all that. Do you think he might be turning out for you? Come out and take the winning penalty next season when you go up again?
I've seen that video and I don't fancy his technique at all. I wouldn't have him there. I don't think he's back himself yet. But listen, it seems like if he felt he wants to step up on the big occasion, what could I really say? Interestingly, before the final, he come in and done a bit of team talking. That was a real big lift, and they all went out like Ray, but I didn't really have to say much. So listen, he's a big character, and fair play to them all coming down to the final at little old Nashville and Woking.
Brilliant, fantastic. Well, we wish you well.
Yeah, good luck, Jermaine.
In the new division, continued success, Jermaine. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
There we are. All the best. Jermaine McGlashan there, manager of AFC.
I was just thinking, he's definitely been the thorn in Torquay's side.
He would have been. He must have played.
He was just looking at where he's played. He's played at Cheltenham and Southend and Swindon, all the teams that we would have turned the boys inside out. Absolute nightmare. I can remember. I'm sure I've been shouting at him at some point.
That's it. Get the number 8. Mark the number 8.
Mark McGlashan.
That's it, Mark. Why don't you just leave him?
Let him go for.
Yeah, one of those. Anyway, we bring you Olympiacos versus Aston Villa this evening live on talkSPORT. We'll build up from 7 o'clock. They find themselves surprisingly 4 down from the first leg, don't they?
Yeah.
So we'll be looking ahead to the game very shortly in the company of Mo Razak, the chairman of the Villa Supporters Trust, who's out in Athens. We are here with our very good friends at Toolstation. And you can join the Toolstation Club. It's the brand new loyalty program. You get 5% off every order for a month. 18 plus T's and C's apply.
Hawksby and Baker on talkSPORT with Toolstation. Join the Toolstation Club today and get 5% off everything. Toolstation, for a job done right.
TK Maxx are here to shake up your summer plans with headline-making, crowd-pleasing festival tickets exclusive to treasure customers. You and 3 friends could be on your way to TK Maxx Presents Scarborough Open Air Theatre. Join our Treasure Rewards programme. Shop with your treasure card at TK Maxx, HomeSense or tkmaxx.com and you could be a winner. There's no summer like a TK Maxx summer. T's and C's at tkmaxx.com/festival terms.
Slots today. Hook some big free spin bonuses and play for up to £500 jackpot at your nearest Admiral Slots casino. If you're ready to play, spin safe at Admiral Slots, where our friendly team are on hand to help you play responsibly and stay within your limits. Visit admiralslots.co.uk for more. Over 18s only. Please gamble responsibly.
Little shoppers, our champions at the checkout. Even you deserve a saving sidekick. With Lidl Plus offers, saving has never been easier. Simply scan at the till and get 20% off 1.5 litres of fabric conditioner, 50p off Oxy stain remover, and even £5 off a square fire pit from the middle of Lidl. Plus, save more on the things you love with personalised coupons just for you. Download the Lidl Plus app and start saving today. GB only, subject to availability, ends 15th of May, terms apply.
Hi all.
How are we doing?
Afternoon. Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Let's get this meeting.
Meeting started.
Come on.
Where's the toilet bowl?
When everyone's home, EE Work Mode prioritizes your broadband for working from home with faster speeds in more places than anyone else. So,
Yeah, I've got you loud and clear. There is a bell.
this is broadband made for working from home. Search EE Broadband, powered by BT.
Work mode with EE Smart Hub Plus. To verify, see ee.co.uk/claims.
Oh, we don't need a house, please. Come on, up the other end of the garden. It's fine, Mum.
Oh, it's gone straight through the kitchen
We'll
with...
get someone out to replace that for you. Don't worry.
With Direct Line's accidental damage cover added to your home insurance, whether you've smashed your window or spilt wine on your carpet, we'll get you from problem to solution as quickly as possible. Direct Line, we're on it.
Excess applies. Home insurance underwritten by UK Insurance Limited.
talkSPORT Breakfast in partnership with Arnold Clark. We guarantee the best used car deals in the UK. Move up through the gears every morning with top of the range sports edition, ABS, story breaking news, and more gold talk to the gallon. Plus a stellar lineup of super celebrity sports guests as standard. talkSPORT Breakfast every weekday morning from 6 on talkSPORT with Arnold Clark. We guarantee the best used car deals in the UK.
talkSPORT Traffic and Travel with My Dear Cooling and Heating. Find an easier route to repair source heat pump projects with My Dear. Win more, get it faster. That's the My Dear idea.
So, M25 is partly blocked anti-clockwise after a collision between junction 7B and 23 and junction 6 at Logston. The Northamptonshire M1 southbound is blocked after a collision involving 2 lorries between Northampton at junction 15 and Milton Keynes junction 14. On the Warwickshire, the M6 northbound is partly blocked after a lorry fire. That's just before junction 2 for Coventry and the M69. I'm Adam Hall.
Championship Playoff semi-finals live on talkSPORT.
West Brom versus Southampton. Kick-off, 2:15.
They've got a goal! Sunday afternoon on talkSPORT. Full of football.
With my experiences I did before, building a new experience here with our players, with our idea, with our experiences this year with Aston Villa Club, with the players. This is the challenge, the biggest challenge we are going to face this year.
Yes, it is a tough-on challenge for Villa tonight, in from the manager Unai Emery. I think most Villa fans who booked their flights and tickets to the Olympiacos game were probably expecting their team to be going there with a healthy-ish lead.
Yeah.
But
It was a topsy-turvy first game for that. I think that missed penalty became very, very expensive.
It was fantastic. Yeah, that would 4-3 would have felt a whole lot different before 4-2. But you know they've got the weapons to go there and get a result. It's across now. Well, that game's live on talkSPORT tonight, of course. And it's across to Greece and hear from Mo Razak, who's the chairman of the Aston Villa Supporters Trust. Hiya, Mo.
Hello, Mo.
Hi, afternoon, gents.
What is the mood? I mean, say, you probably wouldn't have put your money on 4-2 from that first leg, would you?
Probably not, but I think as all fans, we've got to believe in that it's possible we can turn the game around tonight, and we're not here to make the numbers.
What did you make of the performance last week, and what did you make of them, importantly, as a team?
Yeah, I mean, they're no mugs, obviously. They've been in European football, the Champions League, of course, the last decade or so. And we were off game, but tonight's a chance to put it right.
I think an early goal would help, wouldn't it? Yeah. I mean, because they're going to be, the crowd are going to be right up for it. Because the Olympiacos fans I don't think they would have expected to be in this situation ahead of the first.
Yeah.
You can shut them up, can't you? I mean, you can kind of quieten the crowd down if you get a nice early goal.
Yeah, absolutely. First goal, and it's game on, sets the nerves amongst obviously them, and so the longer the game goes on, it should hopefully go in our favour.
Yeah, Unai Emery's had a terrific season anyway, but he does seem to have the touch in this trophy, so I think he'll be doing it again tonight.
That's what I made last week,
which was so weird, wasn't it? Yeah.
Do you think, I mean, look, we had the performance at the weekend as well. Was there a bit of a feeling, and it'd be understandable, that the team are looking a little bit leggy at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly one where you probably think, the number of games that we've played, number of injuries, it's going to take its toll. Perhaps the last game against Brighton had one eye on today's fixture. Understandable. So the key thing was about resting players and getting physically and mentally prepared for tonight, because this is probably one of our biggest games in our sort of recent history.
I mean, if Champions League was on the players' minds and was feeding into that, and that was bringing in extra pressure, don't worry. My lot are nosing it up quite spectacularly, Tottenham, making it nice and easy for you to comfortably qualify in fourth place. So I think you must be looking at the games Tottenham have left and feeling that you've probably got it done now.
You'd like to think so, but obviously we've got a tough fixture against Liverpool, coming up on Monday, so ideally we'd like to have it, all boxed off by now, but so slightly confident that we can get Champions League football for next season.
The Villa supporters trust me. Do you all meet up in one place before the game, or is it just get to the game or drop you off a track?
Yeah, so there's a number of us who are here already, and it's a case of meeting up, and obviously I've been here since yesterday, and a number of fans are been here already, and will stay obviously beyond tomorrow, and perhaps over the weekend, and make hopefully a weekend celebrations of it.
Is everything going off okay? No issues so far amongst the fans and the away fans, all good?
Yeah, good as far as I can see. Everyone's milling around, sort of feeling happy this afternoon. I think it's going particularly well, and I think the club have done really well in organising obviously the away trips.
How are you going to get down to Piraeus then? It's playing in Piraeus, is it? I think you're going to get buses down there.
Yeah, so we've got to effectively go to what was the old Olympic Stadium, meet there, and all the fans are getting bussed down to Piraeus.
Good stuff. And how many have Villa taken? Do you know?
1,600 was the allocation that we've been given.
Should be a lively old atmosphere.
I'm offering you to win tonight and then to win the actual trophy, or to come fourth. You can't have both. Which one? I can't actually offer you this, but I'm just saying it. And which are you taking?
I want to take both, but for me, you're in to win things, so I want to win it all.
That's right. If you win this, you'll be back in the UEFA Cup, so you'll be in some sort of European competition, some sort of competition, but not the big one. But no, it has been a great season, hasn't it? Everything's heading in the right direction. You've got a good manager who's just signed a long-term contract. It's all looking pretty rosy at the moment, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah, good. I mean, if you think about 18 months ago where we were, teetering on relegation, to turn it around, qualification for this season, and potentially Champions League next season. Got a tier 1 manager, so all things are going great, and he should be Premier League manager of the season.
And one thing that tells you it is going well is that no one's talking about Villa players being picked off. No one's saying, well, City come in for Watkins. None of that's really been going on, has it? So there is this feeling that you're building something, and you'll keep your players who you want to keep to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I said earlier. It's about, we're not about belief today, but it's all about belief collectively, as a club, as a team. The manager understands the supporters, and there's a good connection between the players and the fans as well.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, it kicks out you. Enjoy yourself. Have a fun day, and yeah, good luck tonight. Thanks for joining us.
That's great. Thank you.
Well, Razak there, chairman of the Villa Supporters Trust. That game will build up from 7 o'clock. Kick off at 8 next in the sports bar. Let's hope Jason's not going to have another anyone-see. Eddie from Crossroads.
I got it last night.
Oh yeah,
Got it in the neck.
I know. I just after the game, went out for I took the dog out for a walk and I was listening to Jason and Jamie, and I was wondering where he was going to go with it. Harry Kane, obviously. Yeah, shame. I mean, you were saying to me earlier on. She said, should we get a real life shaman on?
Yeah, well,
to lift the curse on Harry Kane.
It's a good idea for a guest. He got nothing on the WhatsApp group.
I think there was a mistake made, and I think later on we're chatting to the shaman. Of course.
Oh, very nice. A real life shaman.
Yeah.
To discuss how you lift the curse on Harry Kane.
Curse. It's a game of football.
He's never won a trophy for him in the Audi Cup.
He's won the Audi Cup.
I know he's won the Audi Cup, but it's not a real one, is it?
Not the Audi.
Do you know, if he wants to win the National League South next,
Mid-Lyle.
If he wants to win the National League South next, he's welcome to go down.
He's got plenty of time.
Going
by, they'll bounce back next
year. Everything next year, won't they?
So
everything next year.
He'll be all right.
Unless he leaves this summer and he joins Man City in the summer, and then Man City don't win anything next year.
The only thing that
goes like that, if it starts to go like that.
The only real antidote to a curse in the world of football is what Barry Fry did. He was at Birmingham City, which is, I'll use Barry's words. He went and had a Jexes in. He had a wee, basically, in each corner of St Andrews, didn't he?
So you say
lifted the curse.
Someone needs to wee on all 4 corners of Harry Kane.
No, Harry's goal.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. The missus is going to figure that out.
Yeah.
But hello, mate.
Has he got one? He lives in a hotel, doesn't he?
No, he's got a house.
Oh, I thought he lived in a hotel.
So Barry, you fly Barry over to Munich.
Okay.
Goes to the house. Yeah, I'll do that for you. Barry goes in, has a wee in all 4 corners of the garden. Next year, he swings the ball.
Absolutely, wins everything. What a great idea.
Okay, so
still
to come this afternoon. Spencer Jones, comedian, actor, and Spurs fan. So he's on tour. Tell us about that. Best of the podcasts here on talkSPORT, and there is a new documentary on Netflix. It's called The Final Attack on Wembley, taking you back to the day we played Italy in the Euro 2020 final in 2021. It all went slightly pear-shaped outside. Charlie was there. Maybe not going to be triggered by the chat.
No, it's fine.
But we'll give you a bit of a flavour of that with the director, Rob Miller, joining us later on. Don't forget birthdays for the final hour, and more build up to Villa in action in Paris tonight. We'll be continuing the countdown to that over the next couple of hours.
Hawksby and Baker on talkSPORT with Toolstation. Join the Toolstation Club today and get 5% off everything. Toolstation, for a job done right.
TK Maxx are here to shake up your summer plans with headline-making, crowd-pleasing festival tickets exclusive to treasure customers. You and 3 friends could be on your way to TK Maxx presents Scarborough Open Air Theatre. Join our Treasure Rewards programme. Shop with your treasure card at TK Maxx, HomeSense or tkmaxx.com, and you could be a winner. There's no summer like a TK Maxx summer. T's and C's at tkmaxx.com/festival tags.
At BetMGM, we know how to put on a show. That's why they got me, Chris Rock, to tell you about BetMGM's golden offers. Sign up to BetMGM, bet 10 pounds, and get 40 pounds in free bets. We're making every game an occasion. Get ready for the golden era in sports betting. BetMGM. It's showtime.
New customers only. Wagering requirements and conditions apply. 18+. Please gamble responsibly.
The future of eco-friendly gardening and landscaping is here. Introducing the Eco Pro X range of battery-powered outdoor power equipment. A super tough, super powerful range for the hard-working professionals, the landscapers, the groundsmen, and the gardeners who demand the best.
Say goodbye to the noise, the fuss and the fumes of petrol and embrace a greener, cleaner solution. The Ego Power Plus Pro X range. Power beyond belief. Search Ego Pro X today.
The McDonald's Chicken Big Mac is back, but not for long. So don't miss out on the 3 layers of soft bun. Don't miss out on the iconic, delicious Big Mac sauce, those crisp, tender chicken patties, that fresh shredded lettuce, that melty cheese, and don't miss those delicious gherkins. Unless you want to take them out. Don't regret it. Get it. From 11 a.m. until the 28th of May. Subject to availability, participating restaurants only.
Keep things smooth by making the move to Universal Credit. It won't be automatic, so look out for your letter telling you what you need to do and when. Ignoring it could even stop your payments. But don't worry, there's loads of support available, like a dedicated phone line, independent advice, and financial protection to help with your move. To find out more, visit gov.uk/UCMove. Eligibility criteria apply.
When it comes to outdoor jobs, Toolstation knows the grind never stops. You're out there, moving mountains, the keeper of gardens, the setter of standards. There's no garden too great, no fence too fierce. When others fall flat, you keep digging deep. And with thousands of weekly price checks on trade quality products, you can keep nailing the job at hand. Toolstation, for a job done right.
Let's get the business. When can you get the latest breaking sports news delivered with the laser-like accuracy of Michael Van Gerwen? And passionate opinions debated with the confident dexterity of Virgil van Dijk?
Liverpool fans celebrate!
Answer on the radio show that's got the nation's sports fans buzzing. The Van Gerwen. Early breakfast with Siobhan and Milan. Weekday mornings from 5 on talkSPORT with Adrian Flux Van Insurance. Insurance for the individual. Search Adrian Flux Van Insurance to find out more. On DAB, online, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT. talkSPORT.
With Lucas Vans. New or used, Lucas Vans will keep your business moving. Lucas, a good deal. Better.
Okay, 4 o'clock this afternoon, among the guests of Andy Goldstein and Derek Evans, one David Beckham. David's going to be chatting about the new film, The Boys of 99. The film is called 99, the new documentary on that treble-winning season. We'll catch up with Andy and Benty a little bit later on. But first, Glenn Fletcher has the sports headline.
Good afternoon. Forest won't be losing any sleep over their failed appeal against that 4-point deduction.
Yeah, we're already moved on.
Nuno Espirito Santo says his approach and that of his players doesn't change.
You know, since the beginning, since the issue this came and there was the possibility of one situation, we always face it the same way. But we have to focus in on ourselves, in our job. We have to stay in the right league. It's in our hands.
Forest, who host Chelsea next, could secure their Premier League status this weekend. talkSPORT are told Sir Jim Ratcliffe was fully aware his email regarding standards at Carrington would be made public. The INEOS chief labelled certain departments at United's training ground as a disgrace. John Eustace has dodged the touchline ban after his sending off during the draw with Coventry. The Blackburn head coach has been fined £2,500 by the FA. Alex Rebel has returned to Stevenage as their new manager, his second spell at Broadhall Way. The caretaker boss has been given the role on a permanent basis after overseeing the final 2 games of the League One season. And Lords members have voted in favour of redeveloping the Tavern and Allen stand. The project, which will increase capacity by over 1,000 seats, is underway in late September. With an expected completion date of 2027, works will pause during the 25 and 26 seasons.
talkSPORT News.
The Bank of England holds interest rates again at 5.25%, and 5 babies have died of whooping cough in England in just 3 months, partly as immunity has dropped since the pandemic. Anna will have more at 5:30.
talkSPORT weather with Quick Fit. We're focused on the road ahead with over 300 EV train centres. Find your local EV train centre at quickfit.com so you can drive away happy every time.
A chance of the odd shower in the far north, but otherwise a warm sunny day in store for most of us.
On 1089 and 1053 medium wave, on DAB, online and on your smart speaker. Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker on talkSPORT.
Good afternoon, Paul Hawksbee, Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. We're in the second hour of the show. We'll be finding out more about Netflix documentary on that day of the final at Wembley, where it all went wrong outside the stadium. And the director Rob Milton will join us. The final, Attack on Wembley.
Wow, yeah. Some important questions coming in already, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
This is very good from Joe. He's on for our banter. We were just discussing Barry Fry having three calls of
Harry Kane's gone.
The ground.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit cursed. We said maybe you can go to Harry Kane's house.
Yeah.
Good point from Joe here. From a logistical perspective,
yeah.
Do you think Barry did that in one sitting, or did he hold it in from corner to corner?
Well, we could always ask him.
That's what we need to know. Is impressive if it was all at once, time-consuming. If not, you'd have had to have one in the corner, go off, drink a few pints, wait for next thing, take his calls,
well,
go back, do another
call. There's two ways we
line.
can approach this.
Yes.
We ring Barry.
Yeah, can we do that?
He may not feel it's appropriate to talk about something like that after Bosch went out last night. We asked Adrian Durrell, and almost certainly know the answer. That could be listening.
If Adrian, if you listen, get in touch.
Ian Danton may know it, maybe a bit of truth. But it's a good question, isn't it?
It's a very good question. Was it all in one go, or was it 4 different goes?
Did he go? Did he have a few glasses of water, so I'll be back out in a couple of hours?
I reckon I could do one corner, hold, run to the other corner.
Barry wasn't a young man when he did it, so I think
the thing, isn't it?
Walk the length of a football field and then mid-flow.
Yeah.
Without going into too much. I mean, I didn't bring it up, the listener did.
And was the crowd in, or the crowd?
No, it wasn't during the game. It wasn't a game day.
Game day.
No, it wasn't. Go on, Baz.
Go on, Barry.
I can't go anymore.
We can see it popping up.
Yeah, we did. Okay, did you?
Okay, no, if you know anymore, if anybody knows anymore, please do.
Birmingham City fans, Adrian Durham, was talked about. I'm sure it's part of the after-dinner set.
Okay.
Where else were we? Oh, yes. Bad day for Mongolian cricket.
Oh, yeah, why's that?
They were bowled out for the second lowest total in T20 international history. They were all out for 12. It's had some doing.
Was he in a Mongolia or out of Mongolia?
It's just, I think, both in and out to play together.
Oh, really?
So they've got a decent pool to choose from. But they're all out for 12. They lost to Japan.
Were they batting first, or
they conceded? No, they conceded 217. So there was quite a lot of scoreboard pressure. Well, I wouldn't say to the point you got 12.
That's a shame.
They were out for 12 runs after 8.2 overs. Yeah.
Oh, wow, what a shame.
Kazuma Kato Stafford took 5 for 7.
Did they have a beer match afterwards?
Not sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure what the story
Make
is.
the day a bit longer, you know.
Yeah.
They all turn up, won't they?
Only the Isle of Man.
Probably a Saki match.
Yeah, it would have been a Saki match.
Yeah, they did in Japan.
Only the Isle of Man have recorded a lower total. They were all out for 10 against Spain last year. So for all that now, Mongolian listens this afternoon. We feel your pain. I'm sure you'll bounce back. Now, the official Olympic anthem has been unveiled last night.
Oh, very nice. Was it a song, or is it an anthem?
I don't know.
Piece of music?
I've not heard it. It's called Parade. That's all I can tell you. Every Olympics has an official anthem. We are going to be bringing you lots of Olympic sport during the Olympics here on talkSPORT. We're very much looking forward to it. So you may well hear a little bit more of this. So here it is, Parade, the new anthem for the Olympics 2024. It's that, isn't it?
Same time.
With your host, Stephen Mulhern. It is, isn't it?
It is. We did that exactly the same.
It's a bit quiz show, isn't it? Daytime quiz. Let's have a bit more, shall we? Today's celebrity guests: Wincy Willis, Mr. Motivator, the Jesus and Mary chain. That would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Wow. But here's your host.
Yeah.
Christopher Biggins.
Yes.
It's a celebrity combination log, Paul. That's what it is. It's the music from Celebrity Combination log.
Here we go.
That's the breakdown.
That's it.
Yeah. Hi, good evening, everybody.
Yeah, it did. It felt very
It's nice to see you.
It did. feel a bit daytime Chris show that, with respect to, I mean, obviously this is
written it, do we know?
This is life's work. A French fella. I'm afraid I can't tell you any more.
Did you know that the theme tune to Going for Gold, Going for Gold, was written by Hans Zimmer.
Oh, okay. Right.
You know the famous film score writer?
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer wrote Lead Is On. Okay. The time is right. It's time for you.
This is a big favourite of yours. What is it? I'm
finding it's great. Can we get that? Can we find that?
We'll find that later.
Who am I?
A little bit of football news.
Oh, yeah.
Jorginho has signed a new contract, a contract extension at Arsenal. Not massively surprising. He's had a cracking season.
Yeah.
I think he was another one of those that when sort of, I think Andy Ibby, tell me if I'm right or wrong, but wasn't massively enamoured with him. Thought he'd kind of done all he could at Chelsea. Wasn't that bothered that he'd gone to Arsenal. A bit like Havertz, but you know,
possibly winning the league.
He's got to tune out of both of them.
Yeah, he really has.
I mean, Arsenal's recruitment, his recruitment, you know, filling the holes that he needs to fill, and they're doing all that team. They've done a very good job.
But that's what Arsenal have to think, isn't it? If they can keep hold of the squad they've got now and add one or two to it, they're only going to get stronger.
Victor Lemazna was the man who wrote that tune.
Oh, Victor Lemazna.
Well done, Victor, on fine daytime quiz.
Nice indeed. I was asking, so I'm doing the Sandwich Awards tonight.
Yeah, Charlie's, they're called the Sammies. Charlie's was co-presenting the Sammy Awards tonight, which is best sandwich, best sandwich filling. I mean, it's things like new sandwich, healthy eating award.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night.
En route retailer award. You know, your motorway
services. Yeah.
Convenience retailer.
I was about to say which one I think will win that then.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to, in case
don't blow it.
I don't want to, queer the pitch.
You don't know who's winning. You don't.
I don't know, Paul, until I open that envelope. I don't know if we can get hold of the Sandwich Awards.
I don't think that's a good idea.
How are they on the line?
I don't think it's a good idea. They haven't got a book on the National Sandwich Awards. But
anyway,
we're asking the listeners for some material for you tonight.
Yeah, but I've been reminded of the best one, of course, which is Dagenham and Redbridge. Their goalkeeper is called Elliot Justham.
Oh, okay.
Justham. And the song people sing, actually, I can't sing it all exactly.
Okay.
But they all sing it. You're just a Tesco sandwich.
That's what they sing.
That's what they sing. You're just a Tesco sandwich. Tesco sandwich. You're just a Tesco sandwich. Yeah. Can you fill in the blank? Victor.
Maybe that's the music. That's it. Fill in the blank of obscene football chants.
Which chant am I doing?
Yeah. I wonder what the theme music would be. Daytime quiz.
Victor Lemazna.
Anyway.
Yeah, so there we are. Elliot Justham. Tell that tonight. That's great. Thanks, Mindy, on the Shoptown fan.
Yeah.
Because I've got out kill tonight and get sandwich.
So you're just trying to build up quite a lot of sandwich-based material for the season.
For all right Phillips, lovely. That's very nice.
Okay,
Bacon sarnie.
Gary and Phil Breville.
That's nice.
Stu's still up that ladder in Bournemouth waiting for the plug. He's been there for about 2 weeks.
Deep Phil Foden. That's quite nice, isn't it?
That's not bad, yeah. I'm not sure about how they chicken roll. Jeff in Birmingham.
Peri
Yeah, I'm not sure I was talking. Pedro Coronation Chicken. Says David at Southampton. That's not bad. Ella tuna mayonnaise.
Yeah, I like that.
That's like, isn't it? Leela curry. Are there any celebrities? Any other celebrities? No, apart from the obvious. Do you know if anybody else is going along from the World of Sandwich?
I don't know who's big in the World of Sandwich.
Just the Earl of Sandwich, really, beyond that. I suppose he's always the guest.
Oh, I tell you what, Victor Lemazna, just looked him up. He looks a good-looking guy. He was in the House de Racket. Racket House since 2005.
Didn't dive into that particular thing, do you know?
Okay. Victor Lemazna, the sound magician.
We love his piece of music. We look forward to hearing it at 2 o'clock every afternoon on ITV for the next 20 years, if it takes off. So, we're going to be joined by comedian Tom Fan. He's had his own sitcom. The sitcom was very good.
Yeah, very, very good.
Crazy, but very funny.
Yeah. That's just
so Spencer's going to be joining us. As we said, we're going to find out more about the documentary on Netflix, which dropped this week. It's called The Final Attack on Wembley, taking you back to that day in 2021. The kind of siege of Wembley. Son, everybody went absolutely crazy. Apart from you, Charlie, you just quietly went into the ground.
Just quietly wandered up Wembley.
Well, you saw. I mean, we'll talk about it later. But you did see what was going on. It's not somebody just hanging around,
Oh, I got it.
picking legitimate people's seats.
I got there early because I'll tell the story in a minute.
Tell us when we speak. We will chat as well. Any of your memories of that day, if you were there, will feed into our chat with the director of the film. talkSPORT.com, text 8 to 89, Twitter TSH and J 03717223344 to get in touch this afternoon. We'll bring you a birthday spring a little bit later. We're going to hear from some of the gaffers ahead of the weekend's big game. Well, the breaking news in the last half hour is that Jorginho, great season at Arsenal, has signed an extension to his contract at the club. To expect more from the managers in their press conferences today, a little bit later on in the show. Here with our very good friends at Toolstation. And you can join the Toolstation Club. It's their brand new loyalty program. You get 5% of every order for a month, 18 months.
Hawksby and Baker on talkSPORT with Toolstation. Get everything you need to conquer the whole job with free delivery 7 days a week on orders over £25 for a job done right.
It's time to stop spinning. Feel those dials turn down and off. So when the grid is busy, relying on fossil fuels, you're a washing machine, drifting into a power nap. Want help shifting your energy to greener times? OVO's Alexa skill can help. Just say, Alexa, open OVO power nap.
Spanish? We're not very good Spanish. Somewhat Spanish or Spanish. Estrella Galicia Cerveza is 100% Spanish. Just look for the label. Brewed slowly for 5 generations in A Coruña, using the finest Galician ingredients. So as a 100% authentic Spanish beer, it's time we say, cheers to the pretenders. We'll take it from here. Estrella Galicia. Spanish, not Spanish.
Join the nation in cinching it. Buy your perfect car online. Get first class assistance from start to finish. Your new car, madam, with friendly customer service available 7 days a week.
Hello, this is Cinch. How can I help you?
An expert walkthrough of your new car when it's delivered. And a flat-free 14-day money-back guarantee. Hardly surprising Cinch is rated excellent on Trustpilot. So join the nation in absolutely cinching it. Search Cinch and buy your next car today. Return subject to mileage restrictions, T's and C's apply.
Just hearing the sound of something can transport you, taking you to a happy place. Great outdoors. If you like the sound of that, then it's time for golf now. Our app is the ultimate golf companion for booking tee times. A few taps on your phone, and you're tapping it in on the green. Sound good? Download Golf Now today.
With so many holiday homes on Booking.com, there are so many Tina Feys I could be. I could book a beach house and be relaxed, Tina. Could someone bring me everything, thank you? I could book a ski cabin and be sporty, Tina. I'm gonna skip the Black Diamond and do the hot chocolate run. Or maybe I'll book a villa in Italy and be Vespa, Tina. Do I look cool on it? Because I feel cool. With so many holiday homes, you can book whoever you want to be. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Kick off your Saturday with Game Day Breakfast on talkSPORT with goals. The free football pull-out with the sun. Lace up your boots for the nation's brightest sports breakfast with insider matchday news, big game previews and exclusive interviews from Tony Cascarino and Natalie Sawyer. Get fully loaded for football with Game Day Breakfast, Saturday morning from 6 on talkSPORT with goals. The essential free football pull-out with the sun every Saturday, Sunday and Monday.
TalkSPORT Traffic and Travel with MyDear Cooling and Heating. Find an easier route to win heat recovery VRF projects with MyDear. Win more, earn faster. That's the MyDear idea.
In Northamptonshire, the M1 southbound is partly blocked after a collision involving 2 lorries between junction 15 for Northampton and 14 for Milton Keynes. In West Yorkshire, the M1 southbound is partly blocked by a broken down lorry between junction 42 for the M62 and 41 at Hargate. And in Warwickshire, the M6 northbound is partly blocked for barrier repairs. They're taking place just before junction 2 for Coventry and the M69. I'm Adam.
Europa Conference League live on talkSPORT.
LNG Arcos versus Aston Villa.
Brilliant goal.
Build up and banter from 7. Kick off 8 o'clock.
Rock Continental Night Kicks. Thursday night on talkSPORT.
Charlie Baker with us this afternoon en route to co-hosting the Savvies, the National Sandwich Awards this evening. Tony the Workman on a sunny Boulder Beach says, Charlie, please don't insult the audience by calling them the Porn Sandwich Brigade.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
Well done, the
Posh seats, yeah. Phil Bapp, people have gone for. That's
that's
nice,
good.
isn't it? That's nice. No name on that, but thank you, Phil Bapp.
James, the Spurs fan, wonders, did you need full-on jokes for the awards, Charlie, or just fillers?
Oh, that's nice. I'm not here, I'm just filling. I'll have that, yeah, very nice.
Honestly, you're seeing no money for any of this.
Subway, I'll do a Subway joke, innit?
You probably go on to get thousands of corporates off the back of your hard work.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do, you know.
What thanks did you get?
In Subway, why does it take 8 people?
You're going to do that one?
That's nice, wouldn't it?
You can do your Subway material.
I can't imagine they'll love Subway.
Imagine then the Subway table, they turn it over and they walk out.
I don't think they'll be there, Subway people. They don't need it. They don't need it. I think it'll be the anti. What if they sponsor the whole event? They listen to this and suddenly unbooked.
You get there and you're not on. They've got somebody else in.
They've got someone else in.
Anyway.
They've got Spencer in.
Yeah, could be, because our next guest is a comedian, actor, and Spurs fan, occasional Plymouth fan.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He's on tour with his new tour, Making Friends, and it's Spencer Jones. Good afternoon, Spencer.
Hi, Spence.
Good afternoon, fellas. Thanks for having me on. You all right?
Very well.
Do you do many corporate, Spencer? I would imagine your act it's brilliant. It's
perfect for your corporate.
It's just they're expecting a straight up and down. You know, they're expecting an ex-England rugby player like Mike Baker to get up there and do a fairly straightforward set and funny but pretty. And then you're up there doing. Do you remember my mum?
Yeah. You know what? I've probably done 5 of them in my life, and I think if my agent had been more on it, I probably would have done more and got used to it. But mate, I did one just recently last year, and I was so scared because it was so massive that I literally just did the awards, and that was it. They were like, "This is the fastest it's ever been done." Everyone got a taxi home half an hour earlier than they booked it. It was it was amazing, but they never got booked again. I should do it, but sometimes people just want to finish their food, don't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't see your act. It's difficult to explain your act. You have a loop pedal, which I don't know what a loop pedal is. So if you're into a loop pedal, if you press the pedal and you say something into the microphone, then let go of the pedal, that phrase will repeat, and you will build those, and you will make a sort of song on the spot.
Yeah, a sort of song, exactly that. It's not a song, but it is sort of a song. There's not enough changes in it. There's not enough musicianship in the groove song, but you can get a groove.
And at the same time, you are dressed in sort of gold type pants and a dark grin on your face, and sometimes many other different sorts of costumes and puppets and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff happens. What I like about it is I always find it absolutely hilarious. I've only ever been in rooms where people have been absolutely dying laughing.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it go badly. What's it like? What's it like when you're doing it?
The Brotherhood of Comedians.
What's it like when you're doing it and the room's silent?
Oh man. It used to happen a bit when I was doing down. There was one up in Leeds, a load of students, and it just didn't work. And it just becomes this kind of, you turn into a bloke doing a musical. Do you know what I mean? You're like, and so if it's going badly, I just start sort of going, well, this is it. This is what we're doing, lads. This is it. I've got to do 20 minutes, otherwise I don't get paid. Yeah. Luckily, it's okay at the minute, but I think the new characters I'm trying, so sometimes you do worry about them. There's a West Country guy, Charlie, who's a Janner, who's in the show. He's called Botsy. He's basically every Plymouth bloke we ever grew up with, my brother. And he might split a room in the coming months.
Especially down in Charlie, you've gone down and done West Country material in the West Country.
Yeah.
How does it go when you cross the bridge?
It's fine. Well, if you go to Cornwall, actually, they do treat you slightly differently.
Right.
But Spencer's a very funny person. So he'll find a completely different angle on being West Country than anybody else will have ever found.
You've done. I mean, away from your own sort of sitcoms that you've done, which we've talked about before, very much enjoyed, you also were in Ted Lasso, Spencer, weren't you?
I was, yeah. Very lucky to be in that. I hadn't seen it, if I'm honest, before I did the audition. And usually I properly would prepare for an audition. And I got the call on the Friday, but then they didn't send the script. And then 40 minutes before it was due to be in, the tape's due to be in 2 o'clock on a Monday, don't be late. And I was like, where's the script? He said, oh no, we sent it. I was like, no, you haven't sent it. So basically my prep for that job was I stuck the words on a window and just did the lines as I did an impression of my mate's uncle, West Ham fan. And that was the least amount of prep, but it was the most natural I think I've ever been on camera. Do you know what I mean? Just do an impression of my mate's uncle.
You played Derek. Tell us a bit more about the role of Derek.
Derek runs a restaurant that is one of his employees. Nate takes a fancy to, and it's about this sort of lovely story between these two people getting together, but me sort of popping my head in every now and again and getting in the way. But he's certainly got a dark past. We nodded towards it with a couple of the little bits in it.
He could turn, couldn't he? That was the thing. It was Nick Mohammed was building this relationship with him. He kept coming back to the restaurant. Derek was in awe of him, wasn't he? Because he was the West Ham manager.
Yeah.
The girl he was trying to woo was sort of feigning non-interest as it failed. Spoiler alert. But Derek, so he'd be all over him, arm around the shoulder, and then just one or two things he'd say something. I thought, that's got a bit dark. Where's that come from? Yeah.
Well, they sort of say like there'd be little bits that they'd say, like in restaurants where they bought too much stuff, and someone's going, get rid of the fish, sell the fish, sell the fish,
What's the special?
So we just sort of just had a bit of fun with how bad that had got. As in, he'd really got a lot of salmon, and there were some nasty people after him, and if he could just get rid of all the salmon, maybe they would break his legs on that particular day.
The tour, you're touring the UK, and is it just you for 2 hours? How's it going to work? It's your first
that
tour.
Sounded difficult. That did sound difficult.
Didn't it? Yeah. Despite having done,
just frighten the life out of him.
Despite having done all the big shows on TV, you've done Cats, that's Countdown, and you've done the Apollo. You've done all these big shows. This is your first UK tour.
I know. Yeah, it is. I don't know why. I think because the kids are a bit older now. Genuinely, you kind of don't feel so out of order leaving for a long time. They wipe their bums now and all that kind of thing. So,
they're 26, mate. They should be by now.
It was a little tapping for Charlie there. That's it.
So I'm looking forward to it. I've always loved going and doing gigs around the country, but to sort of turn up and do a full show. The plan is to do the current show, or basically do my own support to save a bit of cash, and I'll do all the best bits from the last sort of 5 years, and then the second half will be the new show, which is decent as well, with more of a story.
Yeah, then people can leave as well, can't they? If they don't enjoy
it. That was good, wasn't it? Let's go. Come on, lads.
Well, we've sort of seen it now. I get the idea.
Yeah. Eyes on, bit shonky. He's having a laugh, basically. He sort of knows what he's doing. Yeah, move on.
And you are a Plymouth and Spurs fan, is this right?
Well, when me and Charlie first met, the two directors that were directing the thing we were going to be in.
Me and Spencer were in a McDonald's advert together, directed by Theo Delaney.
Oh, okay. That's a Spurs show.
Carry on.
And his firm was called Hotspur and Argyle. And so, just as a thing, part of the audition, they said, who do you support? And I've been a Spurs fan since, I don't know, maybe since I was about 10, 11.
Yeah.
And then my stepdad turned up and used to take us down to Argyle, so we went down there a lot as well. So this firm came along and called Hotspur and Argyle. I was like, I support both of you. Trying to get the job. And it's stuck with me ever since. Every time I speak to Charlie.
Excellent. Well, look, we wish you well. All the dates, I take it, are online, Spencer, for the tour?
They are. They're online. I don't know how you find them, but just search my name. And I'm doing around. There's a few this year, and then I might do some more next year if it goes right.
It'll go really well. Yeah, it's such a fun club. Makes audiences cry.
If you're going to get in the mood for what Spencer does, it's quite hard to sum up maybe on the radio.
Visual, yeah.
Go and check. If you put his name into YouTube, you'll find plenty of clips of his final, and you'll get a feel very quickly for his stuff. Good to talk to you, Spence.
Cheers, Spence.
Cheers, guys. Nice one.
There we are, Spencer Jones, ex-comedian, Spurs and Plymouth fan.
Yeah, very nice.
So we're going to bring you the best of the podcast here on talkSPORT. We're going to be hearing from the managers who have been chatting to our colleagues today on talkSPORT, and the best of the press conferences, what they're saying ahead of the weekend's big games. We'll round those up for you. And as we said, we'll be looking at the new documentary on Netflix about that day at the Euro 2020 final. We're at pear-shaped outside Wembley Stadium. That's all.
Hawksby and Baker on talkSPORT with Toolstation. Get everything you need to conquer the whole job with free delivery 7 days a week on orders over £25 for a job done right. Hawksby and Baker on talkSPORT with Toolstation. Get everything you need to conquer the whole job with free delivery 7 days a week on orders over £25 for a job done right.
This Saturday, the £15 million lotto jackpot must be won, or thousands of you will win a share of the prize. But who will it be? Maybe someone bowling, like Les, who is pretty sure his lane's wonky, or Ellie, who has never bowled and get in, Ellie! Today is your lucky day. Lotto, will you be next? Play on app. The National Lottery. Account terms, rules and procedures apply. Players must be 18 or over.
Woohoo! Dave's finally landed. Holiday mode activated when he remembers.
Oh, forgot to send that email.
Luckily, Dave has swapped out his sports package for data roaming. So he can get back to his holiday.
Lovely.
Dave, you did put your out-of-office on, didn't you? Get inclusive extras as part of your plan, which you can swap monthly. So you can switch from your sports package to a Roam Abroad pass. Search EEMO.
Available with all-rounder and full works plans. Terms apply.
The McDonald's Chicken Big Mac is back, but not for long. So don't miss out on the 3 layers of soft bun. Don't miss out on the iconic, delicious Big Mac sauce, those crisp, tender chicken patties, that fresh shredded lettuce, that melty cheese, and don't miss those delicious gherkins. Unless you want to take them out. Don't regret it. Get it. From 11 a.m. until 28th of May. Subject to availability, participating restaurants only.
Sounds like someone's lowered prices with their Tesco Club Card. Like an 800-gram loaf of Hovis Best of Both bread for just 95p down from £1.25. With Tesco Club Card, everyone can feel the lower prices. Tesco, every little helps. Majority of larger stores ends 20th of May. Club Card or app required.
Let me just throw this idea at you. You may have paid too much tax. If you've spent money on tools, travel or food for work, Rift can help work out what you're owed and get a refund bouncing back to you. In fact, on average, Rift get their customers £3 grand back. Not bad, eh? Let's get the ball rolling. Search Rift Tax Refunds. Come on, search Rift Tax Refunds today.
With so many holiday homes on Booking.com, there are so many different me's I could be. I could book a beach house in Cornwall and be relaxed me. I could book an apartment in Paris for cultured me. I could book a villa in Tuscany and be foodie me. Needs a holiday me loves all those me's. Book whoever you want to be. Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
The manager is subbing on the big man. And another change now. Rodgers comes on, the veteran right back. And now the third choice goalie enters the field. They can barely contain themselves here. The new super sub from Paddy Power. All subs are now super. Because if a player in your bet is subbed off, it carries over to the new player coming on. Paddy Power. Football, you gotta love it.
Valid on selected leagues and markets only. Pre-match and in-play bets on qualifying player outcome selections only. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus BGovernment.org.
talkSPORT News.
We will hear the best of the podcast that you can find across talkSPORT, and we'll be chatting to Sam Allard, the podcast print, about that very shortly. Later on, we've got a birthday spread for you, and we'll continue to build up to our game in Europe this evening. Olympiacos versus Aston Villa, but before all of that, Anna Geary has the news headlines.
Interest rates have been kept on hold at 5.25%. It's a 16-year high, but the governor of the Bank of England, Andrew Bailey, says a cut next month is not ruled out. Health officials are urging pregnant women to take up the offer of a whooping cough vaccine. It's after 5 babies died in England in the first quarter of this year. Dr. Mary Ramsey is from the UK Health Security Agency. She explains why the infection is back with a vengeance.
We normally see whooping cough coming in cycles, and during the pandemic we didn't have any cycles because people weren't mixing, so we're really getting a catch-up now with numbers of cases.
Heavy shelling is reported in Rafah in the southern Gaza Strip as the US president warns Israel against a major offensive there. Joe Biden has told Israel it's not supplying the country with weapons for that assault when more than 1 million are sheltering there. And Pratt, Plonker and Pillock are among British insults in danger of dying out within a generation. A survey asked people which put-downs they recognised. Just over a quarter had heard of Scallywag. Naughty was recognised by 22%.
Talk Sport with Bostik. If you're looking for professional grade sealant that offers technologically advanced performance, choose Bostik Pro Sealants.
And Jorginho has signed a new short-term deal at Arsenal. Ben will have more at 3.
talkSPORT Drive. This afternoon from 4 on talkSPORT.
Hello, I'm Andy Goldstein.
And I'm Darren Benson.
And make sure you join me and Benty today from 4 p.m, where amongst others we have a superstar, proper superstar on the show, Benny. No, not you. He has played for England though.
Is that right?
Yeah, but he's played in the Premier League, Benny.
Is that right?
And he's married a Spice Girl.
Yeah.
David Beckham will be joining me and Benty on today's show, so make sure you join me, him, and the legend that is David Beckham. 4 p.m.
talkSPORT Drive.
You got all the balls, didn't you?
So
on talkSPORT.
I was only half listening to Anna's bulletin there. Did she call us Pratt, Plonkers and Pillocks?
She did.
That well-known firm of solicitors.
She did. So I don't know who's who.
We said because let's bring
But it is
let's
Sam
do
Ella.
his jingle first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
Wrong cue.
It's the podcast prince, Sam Ella.
He can redo that. He can redo it.
Sorry about that, Sam.
No
Put a
worries.
reverb on it, so it's a bit. It feels very cheap, doesn't it?
National radio station.
I feel like early days it was, is this going to last? But I feel like now I'm part of the furniture on a Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, you're in it.
So, maybe we can work on that, Charlie. We can bang our heads together.
Anna's clearly allocated one of those
Bit rude,
words
isn't it?
for us. You want to claim Plonker, don't you?
I feel like I'm the plonker.
Okay.
It just feels right.
It's quite difficult with Charlie because he's a bit of a pillock, but he's also a Pratt.
Yeah. Can you be both in your night?
Paul's none of these things is the thing.
I can be a bit of a well, Charlie. I think you're all
I'll
three.
take all three. It's just sort of my act, if I'm honest.
Yeah, this is
The other ones I've got lummox. That's gone.
People don't use the word term lummox.
What is a lummox?
Someone who's a bit.
You love it. Absolute lummox.
Someone who's a bit. I don't know exactly.
I can be the lummox then,
Yeah,
maybe.
lummox.
Maybe that's the one for me.
Barn
The boots, I'd say, a bit of a lummox.
A bit of a north bit.
The boots, a bit of a lummox.
It can be a bit of a lummox. Blighter. Not many people use blighter.
Again, I've never had a blighter.
That's a pretty Simon Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm going to slip that in. Rupert Bell's probably still using
that's
blighter.
true.
Ninny. I mean, this is what always happens. People don't get called a Mary Andrew anymore. Words die out, don't they? It's not.
There's one we can't use.
It's just we can't.
Toe rag. I always like that.
Toe rag.
Toe rag.
Yeah.
Little toe rag.
The trouble is, half of these words, even there, in all innocence, Anna has given us those. We look into the derivations, we'll probably get taken off air. So let's move on, shall we? And let's find out.
You don't want to know the derivation of the wrong end of the stick, Paul.
No, I really don't.
that up.
I really don't want to
You don't want to know it, I tell you.
So, Sam, let's get the best of the talkSPORT podcast.
Let's do it, yes. Let's move on to something really, really important. Let's start with boxing, shall we? We know we've got Simon Jordan, Spencer Oliver with their wonderful boxing podcast. We've also got another one, the Fight Night Boxing Podcast, the weekly boxing podcast with Adi Oladipo, there we go, and Gareth Davis. And of course, as we know, all the talk now in the boxing world is Fury Usyk, taking place a week Saturday in Saudi Arabia. Gareth Davis is giving us his thoughts on that big fight.
I do think Fury's the number one. And apart from being accused of being a Fury fan, but I think he's the number one. This is Usyk's opportunity to show he is the number one, that he belongs in the pantheon of greats. It's an extraordinary time. This is the moment where that avalanche starts down the mountain in this heavyweight division. Because from this fight, from the results of these two fighting, everything else falls into place. Will Frank Sanchez rise? Will Klimowicz rise? Will Dubois rise again? Will Joshua be the man that actually takes over? We don't know. So
Oh man, I'm getting so excited. Cannot wait to be there, my friend.
As excited as Gareth
Well,
Games?
I'm looking forward to the fight. It's an intriguing fight.
Looking forward to seeing him back in the ring again.
We'll have to wait 6 months for the rematch before anything. I know what Gareth means. A lot of sort of things will fall into place after this fight, but we will have to wait for the rematch. So there'll be that always happens. So what else?
Is the best 40 seconds of your week, Paul, Alan Brazil from the debrief talking absolute nonsense? It must be up there. Paul. You've been doing this show for a long time, so I'm hoping this is up
to the
there.
bar where they recorded it, and I saw the corner that they recorded it, and I think there should be a plaque.
Is there a
where they do it every week?
What time did you go in?
This was about after 4 in the
And they were still in there.
No sound.
Okay. I think they finished recording it about 10 o'clock. So they weren't still in there. Debrief is out right now. We've got a brand new episode tomorrow morning, but from the current episode, Alan challenges Gabby on how he's ended certain relationships.
Most relationships now, Al, in this era, end via text to avoid face-to-face confrontation.
Well, Gabby, we had this chat earlier at the bar, and I never took you down for a chicken or a cow.
I think if I'm breaking up with someone, like, it's just easier to send a text, turn your phone off, and disappear.
If you're going to break up with someone, you hold their hand and tell them, I'm sorry.
Crying and then, like...
Well, I'm sorry, that's life. We have to grieve and we have to smile. That's like getting the old tic-tac, getting the sack after 20 years by text.
Surprising,
Disgrace.
You can't approach is to hold their hand and say, well, that's it, that's life, you know.
For text though, I mean, imagine back in the day, of course, when you were both single, I reckon you were heartbreakers. You can't end your relationship via a text message, can you?
Just goes down.
Just goes down.
Just blocks them. Just don't say anything.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You pretend they don't exist.
And it was in a telegram. Telex. Legit. So that's that.
That's the
debrief. That's Alan and Gabby having a few beers after the show.
Yes.
We've got one more?
Yeah, we've got one more. To the world of cricket, the Following On Cricket podcast, a weekly podcast, John Norman, Steve Armstrong, Neil Manthorpe, doing some brilliant work. Quite a serious story earlier this week in the world of cricket. Joe Root leading calls from players to reduce the amount of domestic cricket and review a schedule that's not fit for purpose. There was a big survey. 81% of players who play county cricket say the current schedule is not fit for purpose. I promise you guys, from the start of April to the end of September, you hear managers don't mean football.
Yeah.
These guys are playing cricket near enough 5 days a week, and when the blast comes around in particular, they're often playing Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, 4 games in a week, and of course having to travel. It's causing real problems, and Steve Armstrong, double Ashes winner, had his say.
The most important people in the game of cricket are the players. And if the numbers are as staggering as this, then I think they need listening to. Playing 10 games and guaranteeing 10 games and giving players rest and recovery time will make cricket better. And I think ultimately that's what we want to achieve in this country. Making sure that players are supremely, these talented players that we've got are, in the right place to play. Sometimes less is more, and I think that might be better for English cricket. But we'll wait and see.
There we are, Steve Harmison. The easiest way to listen to all the podcasts is to download the talkSPORT app, and you can flip through all the podcasts and all of our sister stations and listen to commentaries when we bring them to you on the app and talkSPORT 2, or wherever you get your podcasts.
That's absolutely right. I reckon it's nice and easy to find by that.
Excellent. We'll catch up with you next week. We'll do a bit of work on that jingle. Thank you. There we are. There's Sam Ellard there, the podcast Prince. Coming up next, it is Rob Miller. He's the director of The Final, Attack on Wembley, the new documentary on Netflix, taking us back to that day in 2021 where we were all so excited to be in a European Championship final at Wembley, only for it to all go wrong outside the stadium. Charlie was there. We'll feed into his experiences, find out more about the documentary in a few moments' time. We're here with Toolstation for a job done right.
Hawksby and Baker on talkSPORT with Toolstation. Join the Toolstation Club today and get 5% off everything. Toolstation for a job done right.
You got a little wager with Paddy Power on this one then?
Yeah, mate. Big man to score anytime. I'm backing him.
It looks like it's the big man who's coming off.
Oh, he's going to struggle to score from the bench, pal.
Oh, fear not, punter, because with Paddy Power Super Sub, your bet carries over to the player coming on. So now, all subs are super. Paddy Power. Football, you gotta love it.
Voted on selected leagues and markets only. Pre-match and in-play bets are by selections only. T's and C's and exclusions apply. See plus league.org.
Gamble completely free alcohol. Bet good on football.
to £10 per customer. Minimum odds of 1.5 for minimum of one leg. Conditions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Girls! Sean! It's bedtime!
Bedtime.
One more ring.
Okay, kiddos.
That's enough. Time is up.
Bubble to ya.
Your Wi-Fi is going off.
Going off.
EE Broadband lets you pause the Wi-Fi on your kids' devices, helping them to switch off, to drift off. Search EE Home.
Eligibility criteria apply. New EE broadband customers.
The future of eco-friendly gardening and landscaping is here. Introducing the Ego Pro X range of battery-powered outdoor power equipment. A super powerful range for the hard-working professionals, the landscapers, the groundsmen, and the gardeners who demand the best. Say goodbye to the noise, the fuss, and the fumes of petrol, and embrace a greener, cleaner solution. The Ego Power Plus Pro X range. Power beyond belief. Search Ego Pro X today.
Don't know where to start your next paint project? At Wix, find all the inspiration and help you'll need. Plus, Dulux standard 2.5 litre coloured emulsion was £21, now 15. Terms apply.
At Better GM, we know how to put on a show. That's why they got me, Chris Rock, to tell you about BetMGM's Sign up to BetMGM, bet £10, and get £40 in free bets. We're making every game an occasion. Get ready for the golden era in sports betting. BetMGM. It's showtime.
New customers only. Wagering requirements and conditions apply. 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
talkSPORT Breakfast in partnership with Arnold Clark. We guarantee the best used car deals in the UK. Move up 3 gears every morning with top-of-the-range Sports Edition, ABS, story breaking news, and more goal talk to the gallon. Plus, a stellar lineup of super celebrity sports guests as standard. talkSPORT Breakfast every weekday morning from 6 on talkSPORT with Arnold Clark. We guarantee the best used car deals in the UK.
talkSPORT Traffic and Travel with MyDear Cooling and Heating. Find an easier route to win heat pump chiller projects with MyDear. Win more, earn faster. That's the MyDear idea.
Somerset, the M5 is blocked in both directions because of animals on the road. That's between junction 24 at Bridgewater South and 25 at Taunton. The Northamptonshire Bournemouth southbound is partly blocked after a collision between Northampton at junction 15 and Milton Keynes at junction 40. And Warwickshire delays on the M6 northbound, that's partly blocked for repairs just before junction 2. That's a turn off for Coventry with the M69. I'm Adam Moore.
Hear the best sports coverage in the 2024 Radio Academy ARIA Awards.
That was an absolute cracker.
This Saturday, exclusive kick-by-kick commentary of Spurs versus Burnley.
Coverage from 2:30 kick-off 3 p.m. on talkSPORT 2.
Weekend preview on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. For more racing tips, check out their podcast, From the Horse's Mouth, with Ruby Walsh and our own Paddy Power. The podcast for racing fans, by racing fans. T's and C's apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
It's time to talk racing now. Ryan McHugh joins us from Paddy Power, all the latest news and odds. Good afternoon, Ryan.
Yeah, good afternoon, lads. Hope all is good.
Yeah, not too bad. So let's see if we can find us some winners for the weekend.
Yeah, so we've 8 races on ITV this Saturday, lads. 1 hurdle race is thrown in amongst 7 flat races. We'll start with that hurdle race at Haydock at 3:15. Joseph O'Brien sent over Cheltenham Festival winner Lark in the morning. He's a short price favourite in this competitive race at 2-1, but there may be value. Look elsewhere, I think, with the extra place that we're offering. And I'm going to go with Gin Coco on this. I think that one will be there about. He's plenty of big field handicap experience, and I think that will help him in a race of this nature. Over at Linfield then, they host their annual Derby trial at 3 o'clock, and we've joint favourites between Defiance and Illinois. Both have had a run this season, so fitness shouldn't be an issue for either. But I thought Imperial Sovereign was a bit overpriced at 16-1. His trainer Carl Burke has been in form of late, and that may continue with this. There's also an Oaks trial on the card at 2:25, lads, and Danielle is a short price in that. She's currently 10-1 second favourite for the Oaks itself at Epsom, so will be expected to win here before having a crack at the Oaks. She looks hard to oppose in this. But we're in the swing of fat season at the moment, lads. Chester is ongoing as we speak. They're in the middle of their 3-day festival, so there's plenty of good action between now and the weekend.
Excellent. Cheers, Ryan. Thanks very much.
Ryan. Cheers, lads.
There we are, Ryan McHugh from Paddy Power. If you want to keep up with all the latest racing news, Paddy Power's on the Horse's Mouth podcast. It's available every week, and you can download the latest episode from your usual podcast provider now. 18 plus for gambleaware.org.
Weekend preview on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. For more racing tips, check out their podcast, From the Horse's Mouth, with Ruby Walsh and our own Paddy Power. The podcast for racing fans, by racing fans. T's and C's apply. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Let's take you back then to July. It was the 11th, wasn't it? 2020, 2021, the delayed Euro 2020 final between England and Italy at Wembley. Everybody very excited in the nation about being in a European final after all those years. But unfortunately outside, it was all going very badly wrong. Outside Wembley was virtually a war zone. There is now a documentary telling that story of the day. It's called The Final Attack on Wembley. We'll check with the director, Rob Miller, in a moment. Let's give you a flavour of the documentary now.
Best days of our life. Never even got tickets. The whole country is united.
COVID had had people cooped up. They're ready to go wild. People drinking heavily, taking cocaine.
We're just there for a good time.
It's getting out of hand.
There was limited police presence.
It was just carnage. And then it gets violent.
Yes, Rob Miller, director of The Final Attack at Wembley, joins us. Hi, Rob.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. Yeah. So, I take it there is lots and lots and lots of footage of this. I mean, did you sort of tap into sort of new material that we probably haven't seen yet?
So, I mean, the way that people experience vinyls live in general, I think these days is through their mobile phone. So there are a lot of people there, and if you watch it, even the news coverage today, everyone has their phone out, everyone's filming, everyone's there kind of 5 minutes of fame. So there were obviously, bits of material, bits of footage that were already kind of published in newspapers, but there was a lot of stuff that was just posted online. So we kind of did a very deep pool of what was there, material that probably people hadn't seen. And, that was very much like our visuals, we can kind of travel back in time to that day and shoot our own stuff. So it was a way that we had to tell the story. And, the purpose of it, or the effect of it, I hope, is that when you watch it, you feel like you're transported back to that day and you're in the middle of that crowd at the beginning, having fun, having a good time, being proud of being English and generally celebrating, and then sadly, towards the end of the day, being in that crowd where that turns quite dark and quite violent.
Yeah, there was a general. I was there on the day. I went to the game. I was on Wembley Way. I went to the box park because we talkSPORT were on the balcony. For the rest of the tournament. That day they had to move inside because people they were getting bottles and glasses chucked at them on the balcony, and bottles and glasses were being chucked everywhere that day. There were flares everywhere. There was it definitely wasn't just alcohol. There was definitely a high level of substance abuse going on. The tickets were, I think, in the queue I was in, I'd say 1 in 3 people were being turned away because their QR code didn't work because it wasn't a real ticket. So just and when you got in the stadium, there were sort of 3 people hovering by your seat because obviously they got in without tickets. So the general sense of lawlessness on that day, I can imagine that you've captured.
Well, that's what we were tempted to do. I mean, I've got to say, I wasn't lucky enough to have a ticket for the final, and I think like a majority of people, I was watching the kind of build up at home, but my focus was very much on like the team and what the team were doing. So when it came to actually kind of watching this footage, I was kind of shocked, obviously, by some of the antics, some of the things that happened, but also really surprised because it was just not something that I was familiar with. So, what we were trying to convey, as you quite rightly say, is what it was like to be there on that day, to be put up in the melee. And there were many, there's a lot of focus on the fans misbehaved, but obviously there were lots of, kind of law-abiding, gifted fans that attended that game that sadly caught up in it. And it became quite dangerous. You're thinking about children that were there, disabled people that were there, elderly people that were there. And, I can only imagine it was, really incredibly a really frightening experience.
You've spoken to people that were involved, turned up without tickets and were kicking off on Wembley Way. There doesn't seem to be a great deal of self-reflection or shame, or, in many cases, is there really?
Well, I can only really speak to the people that I interviewed. Interestingly enough, because of COVID, the capacity of Wembley was reduced, so people knew that there were 25,000 spare seats going. And if you look at the social media before the final, there's a lot of people talking about jibbing in, and quite shamelessly talking about people that were jibbing in. I think in terms of the people that we interviewed, there was one chap who essentially just went there for the party, quite a good-natured guy who just wanted to experience that day, particularly after COVID. I think you can't underestimate how much of a factor COVID was, particularly for young people. They've been cooped up in their houses for such a long period of time. They've been denied all the things that you should be allowed to do freely as a young person, and then they had this freedom day, which kind of exploded via drugs and alcohol into something quite nasty. In terms of the person that we interviewed, I think he kind of justified it via, because of COVID. Perhaps he references Boris Johnson having parties during COVID, not obeying the rules, and maybe to a degree that kind of filters down to other people to think, well, if they're not obeying the rules and they've set the rules, then why shouldn't we behave in that way either?
We're often very proud of the way that football is policed in this country compared with other parts of the world, and we look at what goes on in other finals and we think, well, that would never happen here, but it did. I wondered what we've learned from that. Is that you kind of come away feeling that we'll never get caught out again around an event like this?
The people that I spoke to, there's a variety of contributors. There's fans, there's journalists, and I think really crucially for the film, you get the viewpoint from inside the control room at Wembley Stadium. And what really came across when I was speaking to people from the FA and Brent Council is how much they love that stadium, how proud they are, and how proud they are of kind of delivering these amazing events that kind of nationally we can kind of all enjoy. So I know from their perspective, and I'm sure from a policing perspective, that those are not things that they want to see repeated. It was a global event. The eyes of the world were on Wembley, and that's not the kind of export we want for this country. But at the same time, as much as there's this focus on the carnage, there's also the beginning of the day when there was this kind of joy, there was this kind of unity. There was that feeling that you only get when England are in a final or playing in a major tournament. And for them to reach a final, it had that extraordinary uplifting effect at a time that we all kind of needed it. And then at the end of the film, sadly you have instances of racism. But there is hope in this way that people kind of rallied around. So in terms of what it says about us as a country on that day, there's good and there's bad, and there's still hope, because every football fan has hope. Doesn't matter how many times your team disappoints you, you always have hope that next season will be different. So hopefully the next Euros will be different, and we can all learn lessons, and we'll all try and keep our exuberance under check.
Absolutely. Rob, thanks very much. We'll wish you well with the film. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Rob Miller, director of the final Attack on Wembley, which is available to watch now on Netflix.
I'm in it, Paul. Might be in it.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing, but cowering in a corner.
Did you get in quite early that day?
No, I got there early because it's a nightmare getting in and out of Wembley. Sure. So you just go, we'll get there early and have a pint and breathe it in, drink it in, And then it wasn't a nice place to be,
It's funny, Wembley Way can, it doesn't matter what game, it can be a bit malevolent at times.
Most arrests ever at Wembley, Paul? Do you know the answer to that?
The most arrests ever at
Wembley?
I don't know.
Take That concert.
Really?
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
Why?
It's true though. It's true. It's good fun, isn't it?
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to look into that.
I'm backing out of it as well.
It's true. So, but no one's made Take That, Attack on Wembley.
I know that.
It's just a documentary to be made.
That's next. Could it
be magic. Yes, indeed. Anyway, we're going to be chatting to a man that has gone viral overnight. Isn't social media nuts? There you are.
Yeah.
You dig out an old picture of you and Jocelyn when you were like 12 as a mascot at Stoke. And suddenly you're all over, you're viral. You're on talkSPORT. You're on all the major. You're probably on Good Morning America. You've become a superstar for 24 hours.
Sensation.
So anyway, we'll be chatting to him. We're going to get a bit of a Greek angle on tonight. We spoke to Mike Pieri last week, our Greek football expert, and even he couldn't have expected 4 goals at Villa Park. But let's see how he's feeling about tonight. We're going to hear from the gaffers very shortly. We've been chatting to our colleagues today at talkSPORT, and of course the birthday spread all coming.
Hawksby and Baker on talkSPORT with Toolstation. Join the Toolstation Club today and get 5% off everything. Toolstation, for a job done right.
We believe business insurance should be tailored to your needs. So we get to know your business personally to give you confidence that you have the right cover. And you can easily speak to your local agent or call our UK team. So it's no wonder over 95% of our business customers renew each year. For business insurance with a personal service, search NFU Mutual Business Insurance. NFU Mutual, closer to your business and closer to what matters.
At Betfred, we want to support all our customers in keeping their gambling fun.
My nephew bets with his mates and they do their actors and everything together because what's that group? They all know how much they're betting.
We're all keeping an eye on each other that nobody's going silly like
It's up to us, but I actually go to a shot and we all spend the same. That's the rule.
Betting socially is just one of the ways that you can gamble safely.
What's your sex in?
Fine.
Average.
25 years of my
How do you keep it fun? Gamble safely with Betfred.
The right car is all about finding that sweet spot. You want a small stylish car with a decent boot and loads of tech. Then the Hyundai i20 is ideal. Or you want a compact SUV, in which case the Bayon is spot on. And with at least £1,250 towards your deposit and 3.9% APR representative, the timing couldn't be sweeter. Find your sweet spot at hyundai.co.uk. Ends 1st July 24. Finance subject to status. Hyundai UK is a credit broker, not a lender. Terms apply.
I'm Martin Samuel. I write a column for the Times and Sunday Times, and you can read my take on the weekend's football every Monday online or through our app. You'll also find the latest news and exclusive football features. Enjoy the Game podcast, the football newsletter, and in-depth tactical analysis and the trend. A digital subscription is just £1 for 3 months. Visit thetimes.co.uk/talksport to join. Auto renews at £26 a month and let's cancel.
When it comes to outdoor jobs, Toolstation knows the grind never stops. You're out there moving mountains, the keeper of gardens, the setter of standards. There's no garden too great, no fence too fierce. When others fall flat, you keep digging deep. And with thousands of weekly price checks on trade quality products, you can keep nailing the job at hand. Toolstation, for a job done right.
Let's get to business. Where can you get the latest breaking sports news delivered with the laser-like accuracy of Michael Van Gogh? 1 hour later. And the passionate opinions debated with the confident dexterity of Virgil van Dijk.
Liverpool fans celebrate.
Answer on the radio show that's got the nation's sports fans buzzing like a Van de Graaff generator. Early breakfast with Shabana Hine. Weekday mornings from 5 on talkSPORT with Adrian Flux Van Insurance. Insurance for the individual. Search Adrian Flux Van Insurance to find out more. On 1099 and 1053 medium wave. Online, on your mobile, on the app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT. Talk Sport.
With Lookers. Buy or sell your vehicle the simple way. Visit lookers.co.uk.
Yes, we'll be hearing from some of the managers very shortly ahead of the weekend's big games after Ben Fletcher with the sports headlines.
Good afternoon. Disappointed, but we've moved on. That's Nuno Espirito Santo's reaction to the failed appeal against that 4-point deduction. The Forest head coach says everyone at the club is clear about what's needed to beat the drop.
Yeah, to the players, normally it's simple saying, this is the reality, this is what we have, this is what we have to face, and let's focus on ourselves because it's in our hands.
Forest go into Saturday evening's home meeting with Chelsea, 3 points clear of danger with 2 games to go. Everton's situation on the field looks a lot less perilous than the one off it, with talks between Fayez Bashiri and 777 partners ongoing. Sean Dyche has acknowledged the shifting sands at Goodison, but he believes those above him will come good.
I can only imagine, and some might know a little bit about it, Alaska Villa takeover, and it took a long time. And, there's a lot going on at this club. It's not just as simple as the club's up and running and you just, buy it. I don't think it's that situation.
To the other end of the Premier League table, where Jorginho has signed a new contract at Arsenal. The Italy midfielder's current deal was due to expire at the end of this season. John Eustace has dodged a touchline ban after his red card during the draw with Coventry, but the Blackburn head coach has been fined £2,500 by the FA. And Stevenage have appointed Alex Ravel as their new manager for a second spell at Broadwell Way. The caretaker boss, who oversaw the final 2 games of the League One season, has been given the role on a permanent basis.
talkSPORT News.
Interest rates are held at 5.25%, but the Bank of England governor feels things are moving in the right direction, and 5 babies have died from whooping cough as cases rise in England. Anna has more at 30:30.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. With over 600 centres across the UK, most of which open 7 days a week, we're always there when you need us. QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
Warm, hazy sunshine for most of us. The chance of the odd shower in the far north.
On 1089 and 1053 media wave, on DAB, online and on your smart speaker. Paul Hawksby and Charlie Baker on talkSPORT.
Yes, good afternoon. It's Paul Hawksby and Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT, and we're going to be bringing you a birthday spread. Andy Jacobs will join us. Jeff Peters to keep score from the plough along at home or on the school run. You keep us in touch with that.
Shouting at the radio, aren't they, people?
Indeed, that's right. 10 birthdays, 10 games. We've got to guess their ages. That's all to come. As we said, we'll be hearing from somebody who's gone viral overnight just by being in the orbit of Josselou, the hero of last night's game between Real and Bayern Munich.
From now being the jungle,
that's
Big
it.
Brother,
Big
Big
Brother.
Brother. Yeah, Strictly by Christmas.
It's all going to take off.
Exactly.
And then we're going to get a brief perspective on tonight's game. We spoke to the guys out in Athens earlier on, the Villa fans. They felt quietly confident, but they're in dreamland. Lou Gartner's scoring 4 at Villa Park. We'll see what the fallout has been. We might join us later on, but we're going to hear from some of the gaffers now ahead of the weekend's matches. And we're going to kick off with Nuno Espirito Santo, the Nottingham Forest manager. They've got a big game on Saturday evening at home to Chelsea, very much in form Chelsea.
They are in form.
And Nuno was giving his reaction to the failed appeal against their 4-point punishment for breaching Premier League profit and sustainability rules.
We were all disappointed. We had the hope and the belief that because we conquered that points on the pitch, we had the hope and again the belief that they can give us back. But the decision is over, so there's no point on speaking and continuing insisting on this. It's simple saying, this is the reality, this is what we have, this is what we have to face, and let's focus on ourselves because it's in our hands.
It certainly is in their hands. I mean, Luton are playing earlier on. They're playing at West Ham, and it's goodbye to David Moyes. I'm sure it'll be a bit emotional there. The crowd will be fired up. So it's a tough old game for Luton. So by the time that they kick off that game against Chelsea, with Bayern mad swing on the last day of the season, this is not going to happen goal-wise. They're already home and host.
Yeah.
So
it's been so up and down for them, isn't it? The points deduction.
yeah.
But I expect now they, that's what we've got. We work from there. He'll be pleased to have that platform. I think they'll be all right.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge result.
Yeah, that's nothing. West Ham will be a tough old game for them on Saturday afternoon, but we shall see. Let's hear from Vincent Company. They're still daring to dream at the moment. They're of course in 19th place on 24 points, 2 behind Luton. They come, I'll be at their game on Saturday afternoon. They come to Spurs.
Yeah.
And of course it's been a hot topic, the points deduction. Vincent Company said he wasn't following what was going on at Forest around the points deductions and has just been focusing on his team.
As weird as it may sound, I didn't pay any attention to it. I'm of course, like everyone at Burnley Football Club, desperate for us to to try and stay in the league, to try and pull off some sort of exceptional performance in the next game and the game after that. But kind of taught myself how to handle these situations by genuinely not trying to pay too much attention to it. It's not something I could have affected anyway, so decisions being made, play on now.
And the best they can hope for now is if they win their remaining 2 games is 30 points. They've really got to hope that Forest don't pick up another point in their 2 remaining games.
It's unlikely. They've struggled all season. They played such great football in the Championship. I wonder if they'll stick and go back down and try and come back and rebuild and be a bit of a yo-yo team, or if Vince and company want a task elsewhere as well. I think.
I reckon he'll stick around next year if they go down, which does seem likely. Now, Evan, we're going to hear from Sean Dyche as well. There's been a lot of talk this week around the takeover at the club 777. It's all been very problematic.
Yeah.
They are safe now, so that's one thing they're going to worry about from Everton's point of view. But Sean Dyche, the manager, was asked if it's difficult to plan for next season with so many questions over this new ownership.
Well, I didn't know at the time, but ever since I got here, I've been, trying to manage a situation of goalposts or move significantly at any given time. So I don't think I'm in new waters for that side of things. So, and that is the challenge at the moment. It's the shifting sands of this football club, or current shifting sands. I've said many times you want to put a base into the club to build from, and it's not quite there yet. There's situations that are out of my control, but they are in Jim's control. And certainly at a level, the club know more about all the details and the minutiae and the important side of getting the deal done. So until I'm told different, I keep working accordingly.
I'm not saying he's on the beach, but he's just talking about shifting sand and saying the Gold Coast has moved significantly. So I think he's probably thinking about his holiday.
Yeah, he's done a great job, really, when you consider all of this other stuff that's been going on.
Yeah, they'd be on 47 points, wouldn't they? They'd be above Brighton. They're just on 10 points of Brighton if they had all that. So it's a brilliant job for them. Build for in the summer.
Well, let's tell you what's going on at the weekend on talkSPORT. We've got a game day live.
The award-winning game day.
The award-winning, yes. Well, we were saying the boys, fantastic. Well done with the radio Oscars. So game day live with you, Adrian Durham, on Saturday afternoon from 2:30. We've got the Tottenham Burnley commentary. That's at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. And then we've got the Women's FA Cup final on Sunday as well. We'll be building up to that tomorrow. Spurs versus Manchester United.
Has got absolutely brilliant now. Man City lost to
Yeah, very tight.
Really tight.
And we've got all the big playoff games to come as well. Campbell's Crawley Saturday evening, then Norwich Leeds Sunday at 12, West Brom Southampton 2:15. So opening exclusively live those Championship playoffs will be on talkSPORT.
Magic.
So you've got the sandwich awards tonight, Charlie.
But yeah, you just saying about wondering if I'll be in the Tackle Wembley documentary.
Yeah.
We are in a documentary. You and I, Paul.
We are. I didn't realise
the current series of Welcome to Wrexham.
Yes.
Keep mentioning. I've just seen your face in Welcome to Wrexham. Just seen you in Welcome to the.
I didn't know what the context was.
No, but we had Ben Foster in here interviewing him, and he said, "Well, they obviously filmed us. Didn't get us to sign anything, Paul.
Oh, okay.
We didn't sign it. I'm going to put in an invoice.
I'm going to send
to Ryan. Rob now. I'm going to invoice Rob and Ryan.
Should we sue?
From I can put on my posters now. From Welcome to Wrexham.
Oh yeah. Welcome to Wrexham to Charlie Baker.
As a star of Welcome to Wrexham.
Yeah, you can. Can't be nice. That's on the old CV.
I'm seeing Humphrey on Saturday at the Cheshire. Alex Hall's football
Yes,
match.
playing in the Cheshire.
Yeah, me and Humphrey often play up front, big man, little man combination.
Nice.
It's
a few quid for a period.
Exactly. That's what I'm going to negotiate.
With Disney.
I'm going to get it pulled.
See if Vicky's
I'm going to get it taken off Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And in no way because I'm bitter about the whole Wrexham experience.
Imagine that you're going into court. I'm not going to talk about I've had my day in court.
Exactly. I'll bring in my lad.
Exactly. Go and check it out. I'm yet to see it.
Yes, see it, Paul.
Well done. I did enjoy the first couple of series. So, somebody's gone viral overnight because of his very tenuous link to Jocelyn, hero
of the Real Bayern game last night. And so a bit of a Greek perspective on this evening's game now. Live talkSPORT commentary with your Olympiacos, Aston Villa, all the build up from 7. And of course the birthday spread to come in about 15 minutes' time.
Hawksby and Baker on talkSPORT with Toolstation. Join the Toolstation Club today and get 5% off everything. Toolstation, for a job done right.
BetUK are passionate about ensuring their players gamble responsibly. It's important to keep yourself safe when betting, so you'll find a range of tools on the BetUK app and website.
You can set deposit limits, schedule reality checks, and even set timeouts to help you stay in control. Always gamble responsibly at BetUK.
So many small cars to choose from. This one looks like that one, which looks like... oh, the new Suzuki Swift. This is the one.
Yep, standard reaction to the new Suzuki Swift, which comes with serious style, a choice of cool colours, and loads of tech as standard. Oh, and it's available with 0% APR for 2 years. Want to be one of the first behind the wheel? Search Suzuki Swift to book your test drive and get set to feel good different. Participating dealers only. Suzuki Financial Services Limited. T's and C's apply. See cars.suzuki.co.uk/offers.
We're not a bit Spanish. We're not vaguely Spanish. Somewhat Spanish or Spanish. Estrella Galicia Cerveza is 100% Spanish. Just look for the label. Brewed slowly for 5 generations in A Coruña, using the finest Galician ingredients. So as a 100% authentic Spanish beer, it's time we say, cheers to the pretenders. We'll take it from here. Estrella Galicia. Spanish, not Spanish.
Switch to EE's ultra-reliable full-fiber broadband for only $29.99 a month and pay absolutely nothing up front.
Oh, nothing?
Not a thing. Plus, it stays fast
Even at peak times.
and it's powered by BT. Bingo! All on the UK's most reliable broadband technology.
That's epic.
No wonder broadband switchers choose EE. Hurry, offer ends 16th of May.
New customers, 24 months, 43.7% UK availability. Terms apply. Price increases on 31st of March each year by £3 a month.
Get the KFC 20 Hot Wings bucket for just $7.99. You heard right, that's just 40p per wing. A serious sized bucket for a seriously small price. The 20 Hot Wings bucket deal for just $7.99. Do the deal until the 9th of June, only at KFC. Available until the 9th of June 2024. Subject to availability. Participating restaurants only. See website for T's and C's.
Astrofix Click and Collect is even quicker. Check in on the app. So download and order today. App checking is good in a check-in investment install base. Restrictions apply. See Swiftix.com.
Kick off your Sunday morning with a weekend sports breakfast on talkSPORT with goals. The free football pull-out with the Sun. Lace up your boots with the nation's brightest sports breakfast, featuring insider news, big match previews, and expert analysis from Tony Cascarino and Natalie Sawyer. Get fully loaded for football with the weekend sports breakfast, Sunday morning from 6 on talkSPORT with goals. The essential free football pull-out with the Sun every Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
MyDear Premier Heating. Find an easier route to win air conditioning split system projects with MyDear. Win more, burn faster. That's the MyDear idea.
Northamptonshire, the M1 southbound is partly blocked after a collision involving 2 lorries between junction 15 for Northampton and 14 for Milton Keynes. In Warwickshire, the M6 northbound is partly blocked for barrier repairs just before junction 2 for Coventry. And in Cheshire, the M6 southbound, that's queuing after a breakdown between Knutsford at junction 19 and the turn-off for Middlewich the A54 at junction 18. I'm Adam Moore.
Sport 2.
League 2 playoff semi-finals.
Live. What a move. MK Dons versus Crawley Town.
Oh, it's in!
Coverage from 7:30. Kick-off 7:45. Saturday night. Outstanding straight on talkSPORT 2.
Aston Villa being undone here on their big night.
To the Park Oval tonight. Good. It's real European football history. And to me, it didn't feel like those players were ready for that.
Emotionally, it didn't actually stick to the Rangers plan. It's a young group, and in the end, everything went wrong for them.
We as fans underestimate these teams. Heze trying his luck. Oh, it's taken the deflection, and it's gone in, and Heze makes it 4-2. It's a monumental defeat for Aston Villa.
We did well, the opponent, and we didn't do like we planned before.
Now the favourite.
For Villa fans, winning Europa League Conference will mean more than finishing in the Champions League positions.
They've got a manager that has managed in Europe probably more successfully in recent times. I wouldn't put it past him to go to Olympiacos and get a result.
Yeah, he's a European specialist, so you wouldn't be at all surprised, but it was a bit of a shock performance. We spoke to our next guest last week where he felt they could give a good account of themselves to Olympiacos, but probably couldn't have dreamed they'd come back to their place 4-2 up. Mike Pieri, Greek football expert, joins us. Hello again, Mike.
Hello, Mike. Afternoon, gents. How are you?
Yeah, dreamland for Olympiacos, wasn't it, really?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I did say last week, I think closer teams to score. I think Olympiacos did score 4. Amazing. Giving themselves a great chance to progress now.
Cabias, I mean, it was a great performance by him with scoring the hat-trick. Has he been looking good all season? Were you kind of expecting big things of him?
Well, I did point him out that he could be one of the players to watch, and he's now on 30 goals in 45 games. So, man in form, lots of confidence, and as we saw last week, the guy can finish.
Yeah. You just kind of feel tonight that Olympiacos are going to score at least once. You don't even.
I think the first goal is so important. Whoever scores the first goal, good.
We were saying to the guys out in the Villa fans out in Athens earlier on that an early goal for Villa could change this, could maybe put Olympiacos on the back foot. Although, how are you feeling about it, Mike? You expecting to get it done tonight from this position?
You make a good point, but I mean, if you look at the current performance stats, it is against Aston Villa. I mean, Olympiacos are unbeaten in the last 8. They've won 4 of the last 5 European home games. Villa have failed to score more than one goal in 5 of their last 6 away games, and they failed to keep a clean sheet in the last 5 games. We saw last week in transition, Olympiacos can be very dangerous. They've got pace. They've got Masuras coming back as well. They should be a little bit better at the back as well, even though I did say last week that I did expect them to score some goals, but they'll have Andres and Doy back as well to bolster the centre-back position.
How will the atmosphere be tonight? Do you think will it be a welcome to hell situation for Aston Villa?
Oh, it's going to be amazing. I've got a couple of friends who are Villa fans, and they pointed out to me that they expected the away fans last week to make a bit of a din. But they said they were amazing, and multiply that by 100, I think, this evening. And let's not forget also the final is going to be in Athens, and they've got lots to shout about. They've got 3 really huge games in the league as well. Win those, they win the title as well. So these fans are really up for it at the moment.
Any more players coming back in? You expecting any changes to the team to be stronger than last week, or not?
Well, as I said, Andres and Doy, I expect him to come back.
Yeah.
Masuras possibly will come back, but I don't know if Mendilibar wants to change too much, because 4-2 away at Villa was a fantastic result. But he can be pragmatic in his choice of players, but the way they play, I do expect him either a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-2-1, and to go at Villa in the transition phases on the counter-attack, because they know they're going to concede goals. But then, as you said, if Olympiacos score, Villa have to score 3 just to take effective time.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about it being a Euro specialist, but Mendilibar, manager of Olympiacos,